All right, positive energy all the time. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. We had an earthquake at about 1:40 p.m. So a little over 4 hours ago, we had a 2.9 earthquake happen out in Lake Michigan. Some people felt the tremor. I didn't feel it. I probably wasn't paying attention. Greetings, one and all. Rep your city. Represent your city. No, that's not common. But we do have a fault line. Uh, March 28th. March 28th was the last time. We on the fault line. We had one in 1909, March 28th, 2024. So we get them time to time. Yes, indeed. Come on in. Come on in. We are more than just an earpiece. Let's talk about that. I was going to talk about the situation with Tigger and the woman and her missing child, but that's too gossipy. I'll pass. Yeah, if it gets too gossipy, even though I have some things I want to say about it, I try to not step my foot into the gossipy subjects. Just talked about the natural disasters last night. Hopefully this building don't start shaking with me in it. I don't know if this works. uh, so today I got an interesting one. Salute to everybody. Salute to all my brothers and sisters out there in the Amish country. I know you got some excellent food stored up. I would love to be out there for about 2 weeks so I could pick up on some of the Amish great ways they deal with food. They have refrigeration. You'll be surprised, you all. They have refrigeration that doesn't burn any electricity. Their ability to store food is beyond what many of us can comprehend. I really would like to go and hang out with the Amish for about a week or two, 2 weeks. A month would be even better. Yeah, we had a little tremor. Yeah, I've been through a very, 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 very serious earthquake in Los Angeles. Oh, yeah. I've almost experienced all of the natural disasters, the tsunami. Yeah, yeah, I was in one of the worst earthquakes in recent U.S. history. Yeesh. That's why I'm not living in LA. Yeah, I was there for this one. Yeah, I was there for that one. Woo. Matter of fact, I got stabbed right afterwards. Yeah, I was there for that one. Woo. You don't even want to know. Yeah, you don't want to know. Yeah, you don't want to experience that. Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to experience that. Yeah, tornadoes. Chicago's tornado alley. I haven't seen one up close and personal, but they happen. We used to have tornado ones like every summer. We actually used to have tornado drills in school where the fire marshal would come and show us what to do in case of a tornado. My father was in a tornado. He was driving a bus right there around 87th or 83rd in the Dan Ryan, and a tornado came. And my daddy went down on the freeway and went over under the overpass, and the tornado went over top of my father's bus right there on what is that, Wentworth, and went up the side of the Dan Ryan, tore all of the tops off of the two flats. One black brother, he was naked in the shower. We just snatched the whole top off of the two flat, and everybody on the freeway could see him in the shower. Yeah, I seen that. I've been around the tornadoes in Chicago. I was in the tornado that came to LA, which hardly ever happens. When the Queen came, I seen the tsunami, I seen the volcano, I seen the earthquake. Oh, smart. All of that. I've seen all of that horrific situations with Mother Nature. Oof. Lava. The earthquake is by far the worst. No warning. No warning. Smart move. I really need to learn some of the way they store food, jarring, the way they make clothes, their foot pedal sewing machine. I wanted to get all that stuff in Hawaii, but then I didn't know how I would travel around the world with it. So yeah, I was going to go around the world, but I ended up having two sons. I guess that's a fair trade. So today, I'm talking about we are more than an earpiece. We are more than an earpiece. Now, this is a heavy conversation. It happens a lot. And I'm going to talk about it. I have a lot of experiences in life. And sometimes when I have experiences in life, there's certain things I learned from the experience. So I don't tell my personal business, so I won't tell my personal business, but I will teach from the experience. And one experience I have a lot, well, not a lot, but often, is being an earpiece for people when they go through things. And this could be your children, this could be your wife, this could be your lover, this could be one of your friends, your cousin, one of your homeboys. And this is what happens. I'll take the recurrent situation. There's somebody that you talk to kind of often. They reveal to you something they're going through. Maybe they reveal it to you and you kind of listen as they vent what they're going through. Conversation ends. Cool. You talk to them again, maybe 3 days later, 5 days later, they're talking about the same situation. They're saying certain things they think they should do. They're saying certain things they think how they acting, how they responding, and you begin to formulate your opinions on what they're saying, which is natural. They're using you for an earpiece, and you start developing certain things, especially in situations where you can hear mistakes they're making. And so people are fine with venting to you about situations maybe they go through with other people. But if they're wrong, or if there is something that you hear, they automatically just want you to just listen, 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 or they want you to take their side, typically on something that has nothing to do with you. It's none of your business, but they dump their business on you. And I'm horrible in that situation because I'm going to try to help you. And I can't listen to nonsense a lot. So it gets to the point where I'm going to say something because I'm not just an earpiece. I just don't want to hear your problems, hear your problems, hear your problems. That's fine. You might be a friend, you might be a relative. But for you to want me to take in, and not respond, I'm not with that. I'm not with it. If you don't want me to respond, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, if you don't want me to respond, please don't say nothing to me. For what? What are we doing? And if you want me to respond always on your behalf, I mean, who said that I'm going to see it your way? I might see it. Like you might be talking about something you're into with your mother. And what your mother told you was she was right. Right? So now, if you into it with your mother and you wrong and you tell me and your mother's right, how am I a good friend if I don't tell you, your mother was right? I mean, to me, if I just went along with what you're saying and like try to take your side, even though your mother was right, to me that's not a good friend. And I wouldn't be able to do it. And so if you don't want to hear a person's opinion, keep your problems to yourself. Just keep it to yourself. It's real simple. Just keep it to yourself. What are you telling me for? I got more things to do than to listen to your problems. And you're a weirdo. Because listen, if I got a problem, facts, and anyone over here, or all of y'all, if I come over here and tell y'all my problem, am I not expecting and wanting uh, a response? I want you to respond. Come on. Come on. Okay. If I got a problem and I come and do a live and tell y'all I got a problem, don't that mean I want a response? Don't that mean I want you to say, man, Farrell, you was wrong for that. Yeah, you was right. You was wrong, whatever. What am I telling you for? And I don't want no response. I just want y'all to sit here and listen to me tell you a story about a problem. And you don't have no input in it. That makes sense? Now I don't like people that come over here and say something off subject, but if we on any subject, I'm with that. If we on a subject and you got to say anything about a subject, I'm with that as long as you ain't trolling. So I'm trying to figure out how can I come over here and tell y'all a problem, give you all the details, and you gotta what you can't say what you think about the problem. Does that make sense? You can't say nothing about what I'm telling you. You're just supposed to sit there. Does that make any sense? So in some situations, I have people on the phone, they telling me all their problems. They don't want me to say nothing, which makes me, I don't want to hear it. Exactly. Like I don't want to hear it. I'm not just an earpiece. I'm not just an earpiece. I want to listen and respond. I don't want to just listen, 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 listen. I don't want to do that. I can tell you a bunch of them. I got a whole bunch of them that happen. And it's like, what the hell? What the hell? What? I got one friend. I came on live and I told the situation. He called me, man, you just gonna get on there and talk about what I said, man, nobody know that's you or nothing. I'm talking about the issue. I'm not really talking about you. I'm using the issue to teach. I'm using the issue to teach. Nobody knows that's you. So I asked him, I said, what did I say wrong? You wasn't on no idiot shit? Yeah, you right. All right, bro, get off my phone. Get off my phone. Click. Get off my phone. Get off my phone. I ain't say it's you. I didn't get into the personal parts about it. But, bruh, this is a teaching moment. What you did, I need to teach other people not to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. I got another friend. It's a relative. She broke up with her baby's daddy. So her son is with the baby's daddy. She's a great mother, hardworking mother. The son is 16. The son got a job. The mother's car is messed up. The mother's out of work right now. So the mother, I'm telling the mother, you need to just hustle and get money and fix the car. The mother's using the car to pick up the 16-year-old, drop him off at school, pick him up, drop him off at his job, pick him up, drop him off, pick him up. I'm tripping because I took the bus to school when I was a freshman. What's that, like 14? I'm taking the bus to school. So I'm saying if your car is just barely running, why is you taking that big ass, stupid ass boy to school or to work? Let his ass get on the bus and use the car to make some money. In case the car break down, you can fix the damn car. You run around using the car for free. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making no money using the car for free. The car is old and you ain't going to get no money. The first thing you're supposed to be doing is getting money to keep the car running. Am I right or am I wrong on that? I'm like, he's 16, let him take the bus to work. He finna be grown in 2 more years. He's old enough to go get his driver's license now. Why are you taking your car that's barely running and dropping off, picking up this boy from where his father lived off, taking him, coming back, going, picking him back up, dropping off in the car that barely run, and not making no money with the car? And when the car break, you ain't gonna be able to help him at all. I'm saying, what the hell is you doing? So they was like mad. But I'm thinking, you the one telling me all this. How do I know all of this? So you just want me to suck all this in and don't say nothing. So they got mad because they said the boy was a big old B word. I said, I do be going too far. I got toxic masculinity. So, I'm kind of like a conscious dude, a black power, a little hustler, if necessary, a little gangster, and just a realistic N-word. So, I'm going to say it the outside way. So I said, I don't know why you picking this little B ass up and dropping this little B ass off. He ain't going to be nothing. That boy ain't going to be shit. That's what I told him. I said, he ain't going to be nothing but a little B. He living with the daddy. But the daddy doing like what I'm doing. He need to take the bus. The daddy sound on business. The daddy not finna take him back and forth like that. He got a job. Go your ass to work, boy. The daddy worked 2 jobs and all that. He ain't finna powder that boy booty. The mommy running all the way to the daddy house, picking up the boy, powdering the boy booty. The boy messing up in school. The boy slow. The boy ain't on shit. And she brought up the conversation. Oh, I got some more. I got one that happened today on top of that. This one was like about some weeks ago. And she tells me because she picks the boy up, and the boy working to get money. And he told his mama to buy him something when she went in the store. And he got a pocket full of money. The mama struggling. So she telling me the boy ain't shit. So when I say he ain't shit, then then she act like she forgot. I'm repeating her story. This is your story. You know what I'm saying? I repeat your story. So I'm getting pissed because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear no more of your story because I'm telling you your story that you didn't put that burden on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to give you advice because I don't give a damn about you or your son. Not like that. It don't got nothing to do with me. But as a man, I'm wondering why this boy that's 16 can't go to work and come home by himself. Why is mommy? That boy ain't gonna be shit. That's why you gotta have a father in the house. When I was growing up, my father used to say that to my mother all the time. Bessie, that boy ain't gonna be shit. And I would be like, yes, I am gonna be shit. He was right. I was, yeah, mama. I'm not listening to you. Daddy, right. I'm finna be shit. I'm not fucking with you, mama. Daddy, yeah, I'm on daddy time. You talking about I ain't gonna be shit, nigga? You crazy? I am the shit, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Daddy got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You need that as a boy. A woman can't raise no boys. Women can raise little kids, but once the son start getting in the sixth, seventh grade, he needs some man energy. I know mommy picking him up, powering his booty, and then mommy powering his booty, and then mommy telling me he ain't shit. And then when I say he ain't shit, and mommy forgot she told me he ain't shit. He a old big old selfish, slow ass boy too. So I'm to the point where I don't want to hear nothing else. I told him last time, I don't want to hear no more about you and that boy or none of that shit. Keep that shit to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no, I ain't no earpiece for you to just pour your nonsense into my ear, and I'm just supposed to sit in here and listen to it, whether it's right or wrong or whatever. You can find somebody else. I don't want to hear that shit no more. So I ain't talking to them no more. I don't want if they call me about something else, yeah. But anything with their family, anything like that, I don't want to hear it. If mommy give it too much resistance, you mean with me and mama? Or you talking about someone else? I can't do nothing because that ain't my woman. Oh, my woman? Give resistance to who? Me? Man, let me tell you something. If your woman give me resistance, that's because you let her get away with that. And so she been like that. You ain't, no, hell no. I can't even imagine that. No, I'm not getting no goddamn resistance. For one, when I'm in a relationship with a woman, the reason I'm not getting no resistance is because I'm not bothering her. As long as she doing what she doing and it's right, it's cool. But as soon as what she doing ain't right and exact, I'm saying something early, early. They got a video right now. It's chopped up. Y'all seen that with the little kids? And the mommy say, sit down. And the daddy say, sit down. And the kids stop and go sit right down. The mommy say, come here, come here. The kid, the father, they got like 8 clips of when the kid hear the father's voice, they listen. That's these new women. They suck. Let me ask you something. If my mama and daddy was home and my mama say, sit down, did my daddy have to say sit down or did I sit down when mama said sit down? because mom and daddy was one voice. If you in the house and there's two voices, your kids ain't gonna be shit. Cause there's one voice, the parents. And the parents got it can't be the parents, this parent go right, this parent go to the left. It can't do none of that. And if it's a little baby, I don't care if he's a baby. And his mommy like, cut all that crying out, boy. They keep crying. Boy, shut your ass up. I second mommy. And me and mommy be on the same page. I just make it quicker for her. But ain't none of this woman coming in interfering with me dealing with my son. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. No, that's not gonna happen. Because everybody got to shut up and do what I say anyway, including the woman. Period. King and queen, not queen and king. So she got to shut the fuck up too. When I listen. When I grew up, I had that situation. My mother, my sister, me and my daddy. My mama talking to me and my sister, I want to do this, that. My daddy come in and say, you're going to do this. My mama say, you heard what your daddy said? My mama said, when Randolph say, my mama say, go do what your daddy told you. In the door. Ain't none of that. Because he not saying nothing. He don't say nothing. So when he do say something, it's got a whole weight. It's got a whole weight. That happens with a little baby. Because when a woman when you get with a woman, she has a baby, right? She's learning. She's learning. And the people that help her with the baby is her husband and her mother. And they always early override mommy. Because mommy's learning how to be a mommy. Mommy don't know how to be a mommy. And so when we was growing up, my grandmother would come by, and my grandmother would always override my mother if my mother wasn't doing it right. This is Black culture. And Granny got the last say so, because Granny is her mama. And so my mama tell her, And sometimes my mother have us, and maybe I'm crying or acting up. And my mother said, stop, boy, stop. Granny would come in and snatch me. Hold on. And snatch me up. Shut up. Way more forceful than my mother. Show my mother how to do it. And I shut up too. Granny don't come in there doing it. And that's how mama learned how to do it. My mother learned how to be a mother from her mother. When they're young, would you tell them that me and Shauna have a baby? It's a little boy. She don't feel good. She just had the baby. It's going to take her a couple of years to get back right. So we got a little boy. He 18 months. She got him. The baby just crying, tripping. She'll tell you, when I get him, he'll shut up. Because him and mommy kind of buddies. You know what I'm saying? So, the baby know mommy is his buddy. The baby know, mommy's got the mommies love the baby a lot, and mommy's got an attachment to the baby, and she's not just mommy, she their friend. So now when the man grab him, the boy shut up. Because I don't get pregnant, little nigga. None of that. Shut your ass up. So that's how we help her with the baby. Boy, if you don't be quiet, ah, that's how we help her with the baby. We have to step in sometime and get him. And that baby will shut up when the daddy get him with that different voice and that different energy. That baby shut up. Shut your ass up in here with all that. You know, so that's how my daddy. That's how my daddy did me and my sister. If we irritate daddy's queen, daddy's wife, it's up. It's up. Cause he love mama, then y'all. If you if you ain't respecting daddy wife, that's how he deal with you. He don't deal with you like you a kid. No, he deal with you like you ain't listening to his wife. And that's not finna happen. Yeah, it's not finna happen. So daddy will override. By the time when daddy override, I swear to God, tell me I'm lying. When you like 18 months or whatever, 2 years, when daddy override, tell me by the time you get 3 or 4, mommy don't be doing the same shit daddy was doing. Get your ass over, shut up. She got that from you. She got that from your daddy. She got that from your daddy. Am I lying? By the time you get about 2 going on 3, tell me your mama don't be acting just like your daddy. Your mommy start acting just like your daddy. Play with a mommy when you 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. She getting down. She not the newly pregnant mama no more. They don't really got, boy, play with your mama. Play with your mama when you get 3, 4 years old. And them women that don't change like that, their kids be in trouble, in jail, all that. Because once mommy gets sick of your ass, because you cute at first, but after a while, you ain't mommy little sweet baby no more. You a badass little kid. She said, sit down and shut your ass up. Don't make me have to tell you again, boy. You know what I'm saying, oh, girl? You know what I'm saying? Mommy started getting rough. Yeah, mommy started getting rough. Mommy started getting rough. She see, oh, this ain't gonna work. Yeah. And so now you know this daddy ain't saying too much no more. You know why he don't have to? He ain't saying too much no more. If your daddy's still saying stuff, your mama too soft. Cause my daddy never really said too much to me and my sister unless he had us and we was just at home with him and we stuck with him. But other than that, mama was a whirlwind. Yeah, mama, you know what I'm saying? You scared of mama, you know, when mama ain't the happy mama, things go bad, you know what I'm saying? That's where she learned that from. She learned that from the man or she learned it from her mama. She learned that a young woman. Now, sometimes when a woman have a baby, like a boy, and things ain't going right, and she ain't with the daddy, and the baby going back and forth, the mommy try to out nice the daddy. The mommy got some mental issues where she gonna want the baby, she want the boy to or the girl to just love her so much when the house is split because she competing against the daddy. And she also got guilt if her baby going back and forth because a woman wants her baby all the time. So that's why it works better when the husband and wife is together. The baby is comfortable. But when the husband and wife is split and the baby got to go back and forth, mommy start competing. In those cases, mommy start being too damn nice because mommy don't want you to be mad and go back over daddy house. This is what happening with this person I'm talking about. They don't want the boy going back and forth. So she trying to She don't want the boy to be mad at her and choose to be with the daddy more than us. She letting him get away with all type of shit. But he's a big ass boy. He's gonna be a bitch. He ain't gonna be nothing. That boy ain't gonna be nothing. Based on that, he ain't got a chance in hell. That boy ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't no way. He's smart and everything, but he ain't gonna be able to make it emotional in your life like that. Not with the way his mama dealing with him. She powdering his booty and everything, and he already ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? That boy horrible. Got all kind of damn issues. Real talk. Got all kind of issues. See, if I split up, I've split up with women that had my kids. I'm standing on the same business. I'm the same way if I lived with you or not. I'm not giving you no breaks. It's the same daddy. Sound, shut your stupid ass up. Stop acting crazy up in here. You understand? Sound, shut up and stop acting crazy up in here. Because all I'm going to do is ruin you. You know what I'm saying? And the worst thing you could do is marry one of them people. That's the worst husband or daughter you can get. Somebody raised like that, where their mommy powdered their booty, especially a man, and their mommy powdered their booty and all that. Ladies, but one thing, he probably gonna be BTQ, probably. He probably gonna want to be like mommy. You see him, he 29, he ain't married, he ain't got no kids. He be a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? Some people say I'm a horrible father because I'm keeping the gangster dog, keep it gangster like the dog pound, Snoop Dogg. Hey, my son started getting 2021. Hey, I'm calling him in the back room. Hey, you ain't putting no babies or nothing on my soul. My son got to go out here and fuck something. Bruh, what is you doing? I'm not letting my son walk around here and ain't got no kids like you new weirdos. And my son need to be putting some babies in something. If he ain't putting no babies in something, it's like, when you have a kid, you take the kid to the doctor and the doctor say, do that, say, oh, he's fine. That's how the doctor know he's fine. And that's how I do. I be the doctor. How old are you? 24? You got some babies? Somebody pregnant? No. Oh, okay. I think something wrong with It's something wrong with him. It's something wrong with him. There's something wrong with a lot of y'all. Some of y'all 30, 34 years old ain't got no babies. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, you should have hooked me up with your girl. I would have put one in her. You know what I'm saying? She won't chase you. She'll replace you. Because you slow. Y'all don't put no babies in nobody. I'm like, what kind of men is these? These are men that would not have no army to defend the fort. They wouldn't have no army. They'll just be a bunch of 40-year-olds with no army. Anybody could attack them and take the village. I don't understand that. Your son, he went to college, he out of college, now he got a job, he ain't got a baby nowhere. Weirdo. That what they told you? Who told you that? Your son? And what you tell him? Because that's a lie. Because man got some. So that's a lie. When people say they don't want to have no babies and I got these grandkids and stuff, they be lying. You mean them weirdos? Don't say they. That's not everybody. That's the weirdos don't want to have babies. That's the weirdos. That's the weirdos. These niggas in Chicago having babies. I don't know where y'all live at and where y'all get these statistics from to make these generalizations. That's a generalization. It ain't that many of them. Listen, these people, these women is pregnant, bro. These women's got babies in Chicago. Now, I don't know I don't know about the place y'all live out there with all them other people. You 6'2", got a Mercedes, you ain't got no babies. So you just a big ass loser with no babies. Yeah, something wrong with you. You might be shooting blanks. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with you though, but good luck with that. Yeah, something wrong with you. He be in there having sex with the beings. You know what I'm saying? And weirdo. You let me tell you something. This is the internet. He might be broken eating boogers out his nose. Don't believe these people on the internet. You think I believe what he's saying? He might be 5'4", eating boogers and on the bus. I don't be listening to nobody on the internet like that. You think I believe him? Y'all think I believe him? If you believe him, listen. I got a yacht in the desert. I want to sell. Only gonna cost you much, 30,000. Yeah, I got a yacht in the Sahara Desert. I don't listen to dude. Dude be lying. There's no real players out here on the internet. Oh, I'm 6'2". I got a Benz. I ain't got no kids. Lying. Okay? What your height got to do with it? See what I'm saying? That don't sound like a weirdo. I'm 6'2". Okay, what that mean? See what I'm saying? That don't sound nutty. He don't sound like a nut. He say he's 6'2". What we supposed to do with that information? Dude, something wrong with dude. He said, I'm 6'2". What that got to do with what we talking to, bro? What we talking about? Like what? Bruh, let me tell you something. Like I say, it might be LGBTQ. It's the internet. He might not got no woman. He might be with Marvin. You know what I'm saying? He might be with Marvin or Larry. I'm just saying it's the internet, man. I don't be listening to no internet typers. I don't be listening to internet. I be around dudes. Dudes will say anything. When you see a dude like that, you know he lying because there's nobody pushing that. Every time he come over, he talk about that beings and money. You know he lying. He lying. Don't know real players gonna type that shit. There's no players, no real G's, real money getters. They ain't gonna type that in the chat. That's buster activity. I be outside. I know. I just leave him alone. I've seen him. I know he got issues. He got issues. Anytime we talk about having kids, he have a conniption fit. But he might be shooting blanks though. He might be shooting blanks. He might not can't have none. But it's crazy to see somebody born that don't want nobody being born and bragging that they born. Cause he bragging that he born and that he alive. And then he bragging he don't want to bring another him into the world, which is the stupidest shit ever, right? He resents being in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Every time he get with a woman, she gonna leave him. She gonna go with somebody and get pregnant. Every time they gonna go have a baby. They gonna leave him have a baby. They gonna leave him have a baby. He be lying though. Dude be lying. He come over here all the time. No, he lying. I be outside. He lying. It ain't nobody that's really rolling. That's a real player like that gonna say that. Only losers. Only a loser say that. Listen, I be outside. Dude's a loser. He not none of that. There's nobody doing that gonna say that. Nobody. Who? Who gonna type that in the chat? I'm 6'2". I got a Benz. That sound. What that sound like? I'm 6'2". Got a Benz. Don't want to have no babies. Come on, man. Dude, crazy. You know he crazy. In the chat. He a 6'2" player get money in the chat. He always in the chat all the time. He always in the chat. Dudes that he describing himself ain't in the chat like that. They probably watching. Bro, he lying. He ain't selfish. He lying. He is lying. I be outside, dude lying. The person he described would not do what he did. The person he's describing will not be in the chat saying that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The person he trying to make you think he is would not be in the chat saying that. That's a fact. I be outside. I already know. He been over here, but he watch all the time. I just leave him alone. I know he lying. He know I know he lying, but he just having fun. He definitely broke and got a bullshit job. Definitely. He ain't got no nice car. That's for sure. You know, he ain't got no. That boy ain't got no nice car. Because people with nice cars don't say nothing. I don't know nobody with a nice car say something. If anything, they'll post a picture maybe on their social media, but they be broke too. They be leasing, you know, because people that really make money and earn stuff like that, they don't really. But my point is that a lot of times I'll deal with people and they won't help, or they'll make me think they won't help because they be telling me their problems. But then they don't want no response. So when you're always telling somebody your problem and you don't want no response, something wrong with you. Because now we got to figure out, why are you constantly telling people your problem? Why would you do that? I mean, why would I constantly tell you my problem and I don't want you to give me no advice on the problem? And then in terms of like relationships, if you're a single woman, the last thing you want anybody to know that you got a weirdo son and some kind of weirdo relationship, because what man is gonna want to get involved with that? You understand? Who gonna want to get involved with that? With all that craziness. You see, when you raising girls and boys, there's always a line to cross, right? You gotta change when you raise them when they hit a certain age. When a girl hit the age where her period started coming down, some parenting gotta be changed. You can't be on no little girl shit no more. And the reason, especially in the black community, we have so many problems with these children with mental illness, getting bullied and all that, is because parents try to be the kid's friend. They don't be parents. They be friends. And we got too many women raising the boys. Women cannot raise boys. Not all of them, but even the ones that can, it's more difficult without a man there. It's very difficult for a woman to raise a son because a son gets to the point where he's going to be a man and he's got to be dealt with much more stricter, much more hardy, a lot less loving. See, I can't do lovey-dovey with my teenage boy. That's out the picture. The lovey-dovey stuff, any man will tell you, the lovey-dovey stuff is when he a baby, when he crawling, when he first learn how to walk. But for men, the lovey-dovey stuff started going away at 5 years old, but it's still there. So let's say this is lovey-dovey. It's a newborn baby. I'm picking him up. I love my little newborn baby. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This the lovey-dovey shit. By the time he get in like fourth or fifth grade, oh, that's over with. You gotta go get that from mommy. I'm not doing none of that. You a boy. You a boy. So I'm trying to tell this person, why is you taking your 16-year-old son to work? Then he go in the store and buy something and don't want to share with it. Ask his mama to give him some money to buy something. He just got paid. He got money. And he's 16 and our car raggedy, barely run. And she picking him up and dropping him off every day. That boy ain't going to be nothing. That boy is not going to be, already ain't nothing. Already weird. He ain't going to be shit. As soon as I got to high school, me and my sister had to take the bus to school and all. My daddy got to go to work. My mama got to go to work. We got to get our ass up. And my daddy, he would drop us off in the morning. We had to take the bus home. There's no way my daddy was going to rearrange to go pick up no damn freshman and no sophomore from no goddamn school. We rode the bus. He took us in the morning because he could. He took us in the morning because he could. But even if he give a gas money and everything, he got to take the bus. He going to be a man. He's 16. She cannot take him to school and pick him up. She can't do it. And her car raggedy. All that money should be making sure the car going to keep running. How you going to get to work if you tear up your car, picking up this big-ass, stupid-ass boy? Did I pick up my kids to and from school? Hell no. My son and my stepson, they got on the bus and came home from Lindblom. They took the bus. The only time I'm picking them up is if we on the hurry, we got to go somewhere. Boy, I'm not. I ain't picking up no teenagers from no goddamn school. Hell no. They going to take the bus home. You make them slow like that, they're going to be slow. The only people picking their kids up is they might live a long way. Yeah, you're supposed to be, they have to start getting, they have to grow up. They have to start having some responsibility. They have to. I took my daughter to school because we live so far. It'd take her too long to get to school and go back. I can understand that. This boy could walk home. He don't even live that far. He don't even live that far. He can walk home. If my kids could walk home, it ain't no damn way I'm taking them. Now, if it's far, I might have to pick them up, but that's going to be for time's sake. We got things to do. I got to hurry up and get them home. Yeah. If you could show me a reasonable reason I'm picking them up to cut time, get them So things can be done. We don't want to wait an hour and a half for them to get home on the bus. Man, he could walk home. His school's in walking distance. And then he got a job. When you get off work, you go get on the bus and go home. Your mommy don't pick you up from work. He gonna be slow. He gonna be slow. He not gonna be able to keep up with the boys that's taking the bus, the boys that's fitting for themselves. He not gonna fit in. He gonna be a weirdo. Well, he already is one. He already is strange as hell. The boy strange as I don't know what. But my point is, why you telling me all this shit and don't want me to say nothing? That's what made me want to make this. Yeah, at 16, they can drive and go to work and go home. Right, at 16. When I got 16, I was driving. My sophomore year, I was driving me and my sister to school and home and picking up one of our friends and driving to school. At 14, I'm on the bus. My sister is still in eighth grade. I'm a freshman, I'm on the bus. That's how I get home. And my daddy was a bus driver, and my daddy gave me transfers, and I had a punch, and I knew how to punch him. And I knew how to punch him. So I could get out of school, get on the bus, punch it, go to the plaza, go to the mall, punch another one, go home. Like a grown ass man. I knew how to punch the damn transfers. My daddy give me a stack of transfers. I could be all over the city. I was sad. My daddy even set it up where he got the route. My bus go this way. My daddy got a route where his bus go that way. So when I would get out of school, I go to the bus stop. My daddy pull up, give me a handful of transfers, and I go get my friend transfers. We ride for free. Because my daddy worked for the CTA, so he could pick a route to kind of, you know what I'm saying? He would, his bus would go this way. I'd get on the bus, get the transfer. I had my own punch. And where you going? Like a grown ass man. My daddy didn't do no little boy shit. Like he ain't doing no little boy. And my daddy, I'm telling you, like I try to tell this person, if my mama intervened, my daddy would say the same shit and overrule. My daddy would say, Bessie, this boy ain't gonna be shit. Anytime my mama tried to get me to do it the sissy way, my daddy never went. He always overruled. He'd be like, Bessie, this boy ain't gonna be shit. Which when I am said that, I would be like, yes, I am gonna be shit. Mommy, leave me alone. I ain't want my mama. No, this is between me and daddy. You know what I'm saying? Mama, you on some girl shit. You know what I'm saying? According to daddy, fucking with you, I ain't gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a boy, we hear that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like my daddy saying that shit. Hey, listen, sadly, everybody not off work to pick you up from school though. Everybody, listen, what time is work hours? 9 to 5. What time school get out? 3. So school and work don't even match. In the real world, school and work don't match. Man, yeah, they want me to listen to them. Then I don't want to hear this shit no more though. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I ain't listened to that shit in a while because I'm like, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. None of that. That's your problem. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. For what? That's your problem. I don't want to take on your problem. If you talking to me and we have an open conversation, like I said, if I'm talking to you about something, I'm open for advice. I'm not gonna talk to you about something that don't want no advice. That's selfish and weird. Why would I talk to you about something that don't want no advice? About my personal something I'm going through personally. Like that, like you ain't got nothing else to think about but my problems. Don't nobody give a fuck about your problems like that. Not just to just listen to them. The only way somebody gonna care about them if they can intervene, they might care about them. You know what I'm saying? But you can't raise no boy like that. Yeah, we used to be out hanging out. There's no way I want to be picked up by my mommy and daddy, but I was driving already. Cause my daddy taught me how to drive when I was like 13. I was driving. So as soon as I got my license, I was driving to school. My daddy bought a car for me 2 years before I was old enough to drive. He bought a little Chevy Vega. He said, that's going to be yours when you get 16. So when I got 16, I was taking me and my sister and another one of our friends to school. All of that come from responsibility. It's still the same thing I'm saying. If I didn't know how to take the bus, if I didn't have responsibility at 15, how am I going to drive a car at 16? If you got a stupid ass boy that don't have to take the bus to school or nothing, and you buy him a car, it's going to be a disaster. That's a fact. If she buy that boy a car, it's going to be a disaster because he don't got no street, he don't got no independence to have no car. He's slow. That's going to be skipping steps. What make her think that he going to be all right in the car? He not. He not going to be all right in the car. Ain't no way. If he can't take the bus home, ain't no way he going to be able to function with no car. It's just not going to happen because he's slow. He's slow. He ain't going to be able to handle no car. He's slow. Protected. He ain't have no awareness or nothing. He going to be a sucker. They definitely, if he go around the wrong people, they definitely going to take that car. They're going to take that car. He going to get carjacked quick. Cause he basically, he's socially retarded. Which, that's one thing. My problem I don't like is I don't want to be no earpiece. That's my thing. However, a person raise their kid and all that, that's fine. That's not my business. And that's the problem. It's not my business. So don't be telling me your problems, your stuff, and just want me to just listen to that. Listen, that's my issue. My issue is whatever the person want to do with their son, whatever, that's fine. Whatever they want to do in a relationship, that's fine. Whatever they want to do with their money or whatever, that's fine. What I don't want you is I don't want to be your earpiece to just sit there and listen to you and your problems over and over and over. I don't want to hear it. For what? Because in my mind, if you're telling me your problem, this is a two-way conversation in my mind. But if you want to have a one-way conversation about your problems, what is, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have no one-way conversation about your problem. I don't want to hear that shit. Go figure it out. I'm not going to stress anyway. That's the whole thing. I'm not going to stress, but I don't want to hear it. For what? If you tell me a problem and I respond and you already got the answer, then why is you telling me the problem if you got the answer? That's the problem I understand. If you already know how you want to handle something, go handle your candle. That's the part I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't understand with nobody. I wouldn't understand that with me. I would not understand me on the phone with a friend telling them a problem. I want a response. That's the part that don't make no sense. I never could see me talking about a problem. I'm looking for a response. Obviously, I'm not just. I can't imagine just telling you a problem, telling you a problem, telling you a problem. That makes no sense to me. Even a car. They would say, "Man, I'm driving my car, man, and it's doing this." The other person would be like, "It's probably your this. It's probably your that." That's what you're looking for. I would think. I wouldn't think you tell nobody you got problems with your car and you don't want them to say nothing. That don't even make like that. That don't make no sense. That's why you don't tell them problems about your relationship because you don't want them to say nothing. So you don't say nothing. You don't want to respond. So when you don't want to respond, you don't bring it up. Who brings up something that don't want to respond? Why would you bring up how your son is an idiot? And then when I say, yeah, he is, you tripping. Because you the one say something wrong with him and told me something he ain't functioning right. And then I say he ain't functioning right because you ain't dealing with it right. Okay, you don't want to hear that part. All right, keep it to yourself. No, we not functioning right. Look at you. Look how you dealing with him. Your car raggedy and you tearing up your car to go pick him up and then you ain't getting no money with the damn car. Like that ain't even no player, that ain't even no hustler shit. If I got a car and it's starting to run funny, and I could get another used car for $7,000. You telling me that I'm not finna drive this car to get to $7,000? I'm just asking y'all. I'm looking for a response. If I got a car that look like it's gonna break down, and I could drive it and make some money, ain't I gonna drive that car strictly to make money to get another car, or is I'm gonna go hang out in the car and not make no money to get a new car? I'm confused. Am I gonna run up and down? Am I finna pick? Am my son's 16 and the car I got look like it's gonna break down? I might gotta have some money to get it fixed. Am I gonna burn up money and gas taking my son back and forth to school, or I'm gonna go back and forth in the car to get another car? Which one I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back and forth in the car to get another car. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I gotta pick my son up, knowing that the car gonna stop, and I ain't gonna be able to pick my son up. Do that make sense? The car gonna stop. You're gonna tear up the car going to get your son, so you ain't gonna be able to go get your son, and you ain't got another car because you spent all the time getting your son when you probably would have let him go to school or go to work wherever he's going. You probably could have focused and already had another used car. You burning all these hours. You know how much disruption that is in your life to take him in the morning and then go get him in the evening. That means you a loaf yourself. You's a bum. How you got time to sit around, drop him off, sit around with no money, and go pick him up every day? That don't sound like no bum. You's a bum. Like, so where you get money from? Like, I'm getting money. I'm not going to be able to get you. And they say, well, what if they trying to get another job? Fine. But if the car got 300 miles left on it, I'm not wasting no 300 miles taking those 16-year-old back and forth to school. I'm not wasting those miles. There's so many miles on it, right? You got to go function. When y'all out here and you get messed up and there's so much money you got to raise to not be messed up, you need to make sure you totally focus on getting that money. You got to make good decisions. You can't be making stupid decisions. You got to be smart. You got to be smart. You got to make good decisions. You always got to make sure that you make the best financial decision to get from A to B. You don't make no decision where everything gonna collapse and now you just out here stuck on stupid. I can't see it. I said I had to come tell y'all this because this could might help some of y'all. Because I don't be telling people business. But I will tell the circumstances behind the business. I will tell the circumstances quick. And this is one of the dumbest things I ever seen in my life. Because if it's me and my car fucked up, and my car be like, okay, Pharaoh, I'm going to only run 7 months. All 7 months is to get some money for another car, period. And if I got a big old kid, he taking the bus to school, like I'm telling him, you working, you making money, get your ass to school and get your ass back home. You ain't no baby no more. My car I cannot do this with this car and tear this car before I got money for another car. Where you do that at? That's like even when you hustling and an LB costs 400 and you got a half a LB enough to make 500. And you need 400 to get the LB. Is you gonna go jag off 200 and only have 300? Or you gonna sit your monkey ass down and are you gonna do anything extra? You're not gonna do nothing extra when you need money. You're gonna sit your ass down. You're gonna go get the money. Because if you don't go get the money, everything gonna blow up in your face. And when it rains, it pours. You have to be focused. Y'all people, y'all younger people, listen to me. You have to be focused when you hustling. When you gonna make it out here in this world, you got to go get the money. You got to make sacrifice to get the money. Always. You don't never go out here playing around and don't get the money. This is a fact. You got to focus. And if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You cannot be out here playing around. You can't be on no emotional stuff. Sometimes you want to help family and you end up hurting them because you end up messing yourself. You can't help nobody if you don't help yourself. You can't do nothing for nobody if you help yourself. And ladies, if you're raising boys, listen, if you can't raise them, let their daddy keep them. Because you can't make no B word out no damn boy. You want to have a boy, your boy, once he get 15, he don't need no mommy. He gonna be a bitch. Hey, mommy, how the fuck he gonna make it out here with other men? How he gonna make it? How he gonna, when he get out there, 18, 16, 17, 18, with other men that ain't got that mommy powder in their booty, he gonna get dogged. He gonna get ran over everywhere in life. Ain't got no goddamn backbone. Mommy. See what I'm saying? That's what happens when a woman's single raising a boy. Period. Or when they break up. This is my auntie was. My auntie had my cousin and she was single. So because she had my cousin, she's single, them kind of women that got the kid by themselves, they try to be the goddamn kid friend to make up for the fact there's like not a normal family with a father and all that. So because of that, they be trying to be the kid friend. Them be the worst kids. So my auntie tried to be my cousin friend instead of the mama. Because the daddy not there. Because she had the baby out of wedlock. And it wasn't until my cousin went down to Alabama and bust all the windows out the school, and she had to take another vacation and go to Alabama and get him early and pay hundreds of dollars to fix the school windows to get his ass out of jail. He in jail 8 years old, 9 years old. That's when she stopped doing that stupid mommy shit. Ladies, when you have a son by yourself, you got to be mommy and daddy. You could not be mommy when they with you. I don't give a damn about when they go to their daddy. When they with you got to function like a man and a woman. You cannot function like no woman when you separated and you got a boy. The boy gonna be a bitch. I'm telling you. He don't have a chance out here. They gonna run over him. They gonna dog him. He might not even survive out here. He might not even survive. He get around the wrong dudes. He don't even know who to get around. He gonna be a Willy Lump Lump. This is what fathers teach mothers. So when you break up, nobody teach you that. See, my daddy taught my mama that. My mama would have been the same way. But my mom and daddy used to always say to my mama, Bessie, that boy ain't gonna be shit. Now these women don't talk about my son. Don't say my son gonna be a punk. This is what men do. This is what your daddy do. Your daddy will tell your mama, boy, that boy gonna be a punk right there in front of the mama. Facts. I'm telling you. My daddy did it all the time. Psychologically, when I hear my daddy say that, what's in my mind? No, I'm not. What be in our mind, brothers, when your daddy said, well, that boy ain't going to be shit? What be in your mind? Yes, I am going to be something. Fuck you talking about? So now you trying to prove your manhood to your daddy. Mommy pampering you and shit. You ain't going to be shit but a little B word. Mommy, oh, I got to save him. Oh, I got to part his booty. Oh, I got to part his booty. He ain't got a chance in hell. Gonna be slow as fuck. If you that kind of mama, leave him with the daddy. Because you ain't doing nothing but destroying him. You ain't doing but destroy your son. Ladies, you gonna destroy your son. You gonna destroy your son. Boys don't do love, that shit you try to do. Boys don't do love and pampering. Only babies do that. Once a boy get in the 5th grade, that shit over. That pampering, mommy shit, that boys don't like that. Don't deal with that unless they start turning into girls. Next thing you know, your boy, he gonna be LGBTQ. Facts. He gonna be LGBTQ. Cut the venting line off with this party between what you mean? You gotta explain. For my sanity good. Can't nobody fuck with my sanity. Yeah, can't no. But explain to me what you say. You talking about the relationship or this situation here? Oh, my sanity straight. My sanity straight because I take information like that and I use it for my audience. That kind of stuff don't do nothing to me. Not mentally. Yeah, I don't get mentally caught up in somebody else's issues and stuff like that. I just look at them like they're crazy or whatever. No, I just ain't gonna want to talk about it no more. That's all. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about nothing that don't nobody want me talking about. And sometimes people don't want your input on that, which is fine. I agree with that. But then I don't want to hear about it. You're not going to have me in a situation where you don't want to respect my input, but be telling me shit. I don't got no problem not giving you no input. I don't want to hear about it. Why would I want that in my head? I don't want your shit in my head. Keep your shit in your head. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear it. It's taking up time. Uh, you know, like it's like this, you right. Not really, because that's my job. I tell you, you don't listen. I did my job. I'm in a good eyesight with the Most High, and I'm good. So I never, if I'm trying to tell somebody right, I never feel like I'm losing my or losing anything because there's a higher power keep me alive anyway. And if I'm out here doing righteous work, then I'm good. I'm gonna get my reward. I don't need it from them. So if I'm out here telling somebody the facts, trying to help them, I'm gonna get my reward. That make me live longer. It ain't gonna take nothing away. That give me more life, more blessings. But I'm not gonna force you. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't want to talk about that no more. Only way I'll talk about that is the changes. If you ain't made no changes, there's nothing to talk about. If you go to a doctor and the doctor say, Pharaoh, I need you to eat this, this, and this. I need you to take this medicine once in the morning, once in the evening. When you come back, when I go back and I tell the doctor I ain't took the medicine in the morning and the evening, I ain't did nothing. He tell me, what is the doctor gonna want? The doctor gonna be like, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like the doctor wanted. I mean, the doctor can't help me. The doctor gave me the advice. I didn't take it. What I want the doctor to do now? I didn't take my prescription, right? The doctor's fine. The doctor doesn't lose nothing. The doctor gave me the advice. I ain't take the advice. How much do I want the doctor? So do I think the doctor want to hear about my medical problem? The doctor's gonna be like, Mr. Ellertine, I, I'm not gonna be able to take you. You don't take your prescription. You know, you left here. This was your blood pressure. It's higher. I don't know what to tell you, sir. That's what he's gonna tell me. At that point, he's gonna let me make appointments. He's gonna take my money, let my stupid ass sit there and send me home. He's gonna take my money though. But in cases like us, I don't get paid. I'm not gonna want to deal with nobody's problem like that. I don't be want to hear nobody's problem, hear their problem. And then they don't want you to say nothing and you just hear their problem. You know what I'm saying? That's what I basically wanted to talk to y'all about. Like, don't just be nobody earpiece. Let them disrespect you or listen to them, listen to them, listen to them, listen to them, and just take in they shit and what the fuck they going through, and then they don't want to listen or to respond. At that point, they bogus. What the fuck they telling you for? You know what I'm saying? What you telling me for? Keep that shit to yourself. Don't tell me all this stuff and have me get involved and say, well, do this and that. And he's like, you don't want to hear it. Okay, well, we'll figure it out then. Why am I even involved? Why do I even know any of this? Why you bring that up? That's what begins to irritate me when people bring up stuff and just want me to just listen to it. It's like I got things to do. Okay, listen, let me call you back. Because you're a fool if you think I'm gonna sit there and listen to you vent about this shit over and over and over. Like I ain't no soundboard. Like, no, that don't go like that. Now, if you calling me telling me this, you looking for at some type of response, cool. But you can't tell me nothing. You obviously don't know what the fuck you doing, what you telling me for. You know, people will come to you, oh, this is so messed up, this is this and that. And they'll tell you the story. And then you'll say, well, do this or that. You know, like, I got it, I got it. I thought the conversation was based on you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? And they'll flip. Why? Because they full of shit. They don't really want the solution if the solution don't fit what they want to do. It's just like same thing. We have this in the black community all the time. They will not take their medicine. The doctor say you got to take this. They won't take it. I see the wives in the doctor's office. Doctor, he won't take it. It's just sitting in there in the medicine cabinet. Mr. Johnson, why you not taking your medication? Oh, I'll be forgetting. He's got all kind of excuses. But he back at home complaining to his wife. His foot hurt, this hurt, that hurt. She take him to the doctor, wastes her day. The doctor said, do this, do this, do this. He don't want to do it. So if you're on the phone telling me your daughter this, your daughter that, your daughter this, what the fuck? And I say, you should do this, you should do that. Now you're giving me back talk. I thought this whole conversation was you don't know what you're doing. Like it's a problem that you can't fix. Okay, if this is a problem you can fix, why is we talking about it? Go fix it. See what I'm saying? Go fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't be want to hear that. That shit be irritating me. You ain't going to take no advice. Hey, man, go for change the subject. Just change the subject. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to block their number and all that. I'm just not going to, I'm going to be not investing in it. It'll be just talking. She doing this, she doing that. I'm going to do, you know how black people do. You know, I've been telling this woman what to do with her daughter, right? Or her son, or whoever. This could be a daughter. And she, and I tell her, do this, that. No, I'm saying, okay, cool. Next time she call her daughter, I'm going to do the, you know how black people is. I'm going to hit them with the word. Y'all know the word in the hood. Let her talk. I'm like, so anyway, what else is going on? I'm going to hit them with this, so anyway. I'm going to hit you, you know, I'm blackety black. Y'all know what we do in the hood. We're going to let you, we're going to say, okay. So anyway, what else is going on? We're finna turn the car. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going down that road no more with that goofy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you've been doing. I don't want to hear the results. Keep that to yourself. If you know everything, keep it to yourself. Don't be telling me nothing if you know everything. You know what I'm saying? Wasting my goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? Wasting my goddamn time because the answer is something you don't want to do. You don't want to do the answer. Sometimes the answers to our problems is harsh. We don't want, you know what I mean? They don't want the answer. And the thing is, when a person tell you their problem, after that, they got to shut the fuck up. What could they tell you if they got the problem? Right? If you got the problem, and I start saying the solution, what the fuck could you tell me? Because if you knew anything, right, you wouldn't be telling me the problem. Am I correct, y'all? If you knew anything, this discussion wouldn't be happening, right? So there's nothing worse than a person telling you their problem. They want to start talking like they got solutions that they ain't initiating already. Why the fuck would I want to hear from you? You the one with the problem. What could you tell me? How could you come tell me your problem and then tell me something when it's you the one got the problem? Do that make sense, y'all? I want to listen to the person that don't know what they doing or it ain't working. What can they tell? Your shit ain't working. What could you tell me? Now, you tell me your problem, right? I go to try to help you. Now you're the smartest motherfucker in the world. If you was that motherfucker smart, go fix your shit. You know what I'm saying? Go, okay. If you know something, go fix it. That's what makes it irritating. Go fix it. Why is you mixing me up in it? I'm thinking you're telling me because you want advice. When I tell you something, it means I don't know what I'm doing. I need advice. Hey, man, I don't know how to fix this, how to fix it. Man, my kid tripping. What should I do? I'm not going to tell you, man, my kid tripping. What should I do? You tell me what to do. I don't want to do. I know what to do. What? The conversation was based off of it's going wrong. How's it going wrong if you know what you're doing? Oh, you just bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? You just wasting my goddamn time. Because you do got people when it comes to children. The children that make them mad. They want to come and vent to you because the children made them mad. And then when you start getting down on the children, now they want to save the motherfucker. Because they was just mad. They don't give a damn about that stupid ass kid anyway. Not like that. So they use you, right? Because they mad at the child. And so then they say something to you, but your solution, they're not going to really take it because they're going to calm back down. That's going to be their little baby. They're going to be their little friend. And they're going to keep that same thing going. And they just really playing in your face. Basically, they're just wasting your time. They're basically wasting your time, using you to vent their shit. That's it. Like just using you, really. They don't intend for you to say nothing. They just want you to listen to that shit. And that's not me. I don't want to hear that shit. If you don't want my response, don't tell. I don't want to hear. I just don't want to hear. Keep it to yourself. I don't got time. What am I? I'm not nobody just sit up listening to nobody crying about a problem that they gonna keep manifesting. Who the hell wanna hear that? I got a friend like that. I had to cut this fool off. He just fell, house raggedy, everything. He constantly on the phone talking about his problem. But he not gonna do nothing that you say for a solution. I swear to God, he just wants you to listen to that shit. But he hell bent on living just like that. He not finna change none. So he just wasting your time. It's just a waste of time. And I'm telling you, don't ever date no woman like that. Because if you date a woman like that, all that shit gonna come into your life. All that's gonna be attached to your life. All that fuckery, it ain't gonna never go away. You gotta bring that into your life. That baggage. You're not gonna be the king because she ain't gonna listen to you. She's not gonna listen to you. She's not gonna make them changes. And I tell you something else too. If you if you with a weak brothers, listen, if you with a weak woman and she around her friends, they know the bitch weak, right? And she get with you and you give her some fake strength. They don't respect her because they know she's still weak. So they look at her like, oh, that's Pharaoh got her doing that. I'm telling you. So all that will come back on you because they know she weak. So this new way she acting, this is why the family don't like you. The family and friends won't like you because your woman start doing fake ass shit, faking like she following your lead, which she really not. Just in a relationship faking. So she go around them with the new her, but they know that's bullshit. They know she's still the same one. So now they gonna hate you because they're gonna be like, you got her acting different. I'm telling you, you got her acting different. So now the family ain't nobody gonna like you because her phony ass done changed up on them. And I guarantee you, when y'all split up, she gonna turn right. She gonna go right back. She gonna still be that one. She never changed. She was faking it. I'm telling you, I've been around the world and I. And I got a lot of babies. Let me tell you something. She gonna fake it. They gonna hate her because they gonna know she faking it because she with you. So now you get all the bad energy because they like, she don't come around since she with Pharaoh. She don't do this since she with Pharaoh. She don't do that since she with Pharaoh. So now the relationship be horrible because you the bad guy because she ain't really doing none of this shit out the heart. She phony. You get with her, she little vegan shit and shit. You break up, she right back at the fish spot, right back eating chicken. You know what I'm saying? She just fake it. You know what I'm saying? Boy, listen, boy, this really big Pharaoh. I'm telling y'all stuff I know. So then it makes it bad on you because now you the bad guy. You the bad guy. You done brought changes in the relationship and now she acting different. You know what I'm saying? It's a disaster from the very beginning. It's a disaster from the very beginning because she only changing to be with you and she phony. And the friends know she phony. Her mama knows she phony. Her family knows she phony. So now they looking at you. They're not gonna look at her and say she changed. They're gonna say Pharaoh changed her. Right? So let's say I get with a woman. She got a teenage boy. He 15, 16. Teenage girl, 15, 16. She let them out. The way that she dealing with him is all messed up. I come in, she love me. I changed that. She changed. Them kids gonna hate me anyway. Them kids ain't gonna like me. I'm just getting myself in a whole big cesspool of nonsense. That's why I never deal with a woman that don't stand on her kids on her own. She got to stand on them and make them changes on her own because if I'm not coming in making no changes because then I'm going to be the bad guy. Straight up. I'm not coming in straightening out no kids. That ain't going to work. Young brothers, listen to me. I'm telling you. If she don't stand on her own and you go in there and change stuff, it's all going to blow back up in your face. She going to still be that weak ass mama anyway. She going to be phony and you going to be the bad guy. That's a fact. It ain't going to never work. It's going to be a miserable relationship. It's going to be a bunch of people in y'all business. You ain't going to really have no one-on-one relationship. You're going to have to deal with all these goddamn losers. No matter that beauty, she ain't the only thing pretty out there. So a bunch of beautiful women. That's another thing, y'all. Get with them like she's the most beautiful thing in the world. She's a beautiful woman. She ain't the only beautiful woman. She ain't the only beautiful woman like that. Ladies, if you get with a man and he feel like you're the only beautiful, he gonna be a stalker. You ain't gonna be able to leave him. He gonna be obsessed. He ain't gonna be able to move on. Some kind of way got it fixated in his mind that you the only one. You with a nut. All these women out here, how's she the most beautiful one? I guess. But I wanted to talk about that because don't nobody want to be just listen and don't respond. Nobody want to live like that. Like I don't want to just listen to people problems. It's only worth listening to their problems if you could like try to talk to them to help them with them. But if you just listening, now they stepping on your life. It's like, okay, I got a life. I got other things to think about other than your problem. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're telling me your problem and I'm trying to give you a solution, but you don't want to hear the solution, basically that's your problem. I'm not in it in no kind of way. I can't give you advice or nothing. So at that point, when you don't respect my advice or you're not really to have an open conversation about my response to what you're saying, you foul. Because why is you telling me something one way and I don't have no opportunity to give you no decent response and you don't have an open ear to be kind and intelligent to listen to the response to see if it's applicable? That means you just wasted my time. What's next? Fuck you and your problem. I mean, what? So who the hell gonna want to be bothered with that? Who gonna want to be bothered with hearing somebody's problem for nothing? That a problem they not gonna do nothing about. They ain't gonna do nothing about it anyway. Life is precious. No, it's not okay. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to bring your problem to somebody and then reject their response to you and it's your problem and try to turn it and flip it like it's them. Now you're going to flip it like it's me. Oh, you too much. You too much. I'm too much over some shit you bought up. You know what I'm saying? They'll forget they the ones bought it up and try to act like you in their business. On the square. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave what alone? Something you bought up? What you mean leave it alone? They hand you something and then they tell you to leave it alone. Something that they handed to you. You know what I'm saying? They'll get on the phone and talk to you and they'll hand you these problems in your ear. And then is this and then is that. So now I got the problem in my hand. I say, well, okay, this and this and this. Then you tell me leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Now I'm confused. So I gotta go back and say, leave one okay. I thought you brought this up. Okay, you on some bullshit. Okay, I don't want to hear no more of your. You know what I'm saying? If you bring me your problem and I start trying to tell you what I think, and in some cases they might say it for weeks. You might hear, man. I've been in situations where I've heard the problem for weeks. The person don't even realize how much they talk about that shit, and then don't want no response, but always talking about it. And that's disrespect. To me, it's disrespect. Like, stop taking me out of my life and my zone with your shit and just go fix your shit. You know, don't set me up to respond to something that ain't got nothing to do with me and try to act like I'm obsessed with your shit. See what I'm saying? Because once you really get into their problem and you really they try to act like you obsessed. They try to act like you the one. That be turning you off. You be like, you know what? I can't be getting caught up in people's shit no more because they're going to flip it back like it's me. So I only got one, only response is I don't want to hear your shit. Keep that shit to yourself. Sound like a you problem. As a matter of fact, you sound like baggage. You know what I'm saying? You sound like baggage. Like it's a lot come with you. You know? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It could be it could be a friend of yours, a male friend. You'd be like, I don't know if I want to answer the phone because his phone call come with baggage. He never have his phone call got baggage to it. Taking me out of my square. I'm thinking about something else. My phone ring. Here you go. Pharaoh, what's up, man? You know, so and so did this, Sally did that, and Sally did like this, and Sally did like that. You like, what? Sally did what? In the hood, it go like this. I had a dude, I swear on everything. He called me. He like, Big P, Big P did. No, this happened a few times, but one time in Hawaii. I got to Hawaii, right? And when I got to Hawaii, I met some Rastas there. And there was a Rasta there named Dallas. So when I got there, all these Rastas, I just got there, I don't know nothing. They all come to me. Dallas ain't this. Dallas ain't that. Dallas is worshiping Bhagawan, wearing the pink clothes. He ain't no Rasta. Dallas ain't no real Rasta. He got a cult going on in the theater. Dallas ain't this. Dallas ain't that. Dallas ain't this. Dallas ain't that. So I said, fuck Dallas. Dallas a bitch, right? Real talk, right? I swear to God, you can't make this up. So one day, me and my brother, we had our little spot, and somebody knocked on the door, and when he opened the door, this guy bulged in, and this guy Dallas. Real talk. So I got the, woo wop the whoop standing in the corner. He see that, so a little bit of the air come out his chest. So he busts in, and he say, yeah, I heard you was talking about me. So I said, brother, look, I just got to the island, right? And I'm saying you filed for having the women in there with the pink on, the false religion. I said, how I know that? It was the two dudes that came with him. The one told me all that shit. So I asked the brother, I said, everything you said, I said about you. I just got to the island, right? How I said all that. He looked at me. He said, salute, General. Real thing, though. Then he looked at the two brothers. Brother, same dudes that came in and told you what I said that in response to what they were saying. And now you done let them trick you to come up here and all y'all gonna get done, 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 done. Bro, you know what? You done ran up here and allowed me to introduce myself. You understand? But you done came in the wrong. Boy, somebody done told you wrong. Let me introduce myself. This little Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying? He had ran up in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? He brought, first off, you done ran up on the wrong one. Now that little pink and stuff you got on, that shit's cute. That's cute. But I didn't want to beef with the brother because he was mad. Somebody else told me all this shit. I told him, I said, they told me you was this, you was that, this. I told him, fuck your ass. You ain't shit. I told him just like that. I said, they told me you wasn't shit. So I said, fuck you. You ain't shit. That's what I told him. If he all this what y'all telling me, right? You know what I'm saying? If all this what y'all telling me, then fuck dude. But the difference between them and me is we can make it shake right now. I'm not from Hawaii, nigga. I'm from Chicago via LA. I just got here. You know, it's gonna be a little different over here too, you know. Things gonna be a little different, you know. Anyway, you know, you really you just got a little bit of demotion. You ain't the man no more. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Boy, we became close. He said, yeah, we became real cool. He knew what it was. Because I told him, hey, anyway, I'm going to get you out all that pink and stuff. Anyway, you're going to be back in the roster colors. Yeah, I'm going to get you up out the pink. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not doing the pink. See, they talk behind your back. I'm telling you straight up, I'm not doing Bhagawan. Because he was worshiping Bhagawan. Y'all remember Rashid Bhagawan? That all his followers wear pink? Yeah, he was over there on that. I don't know why. He was worshiping Bhagawan. Y'all know about Bhagawan? Y'all remember Bhagawan and them? And they wore all the pink? That's what he was worshiping. Bhagawan. I was going to bugger his wand, though. Bro, you going to get your wand buggered. Yeah, let me show y'all. When he seen the thick dun 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 standing up in the corner, he chilled. Yeah, this Bhagawan. This Rashid Bhagawan. Rajanish Bhagawan. He was over there, had all the brothers with the dreads doing that. It's like, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's Rajanish Bhagawan. I would have punked dude though. I would have buggered his wand. I would have never listened to dude. This dude right here, no, big Pharaoh with it, well, little Pharaoh, would have never listened to Bhagawan. But I want to listen to this dude. I want to listen to him now. On myself, I want to listen to him. On the guys. That's Rajneesh Bhagwan. He from over there in India somewhere. But the roster was pushing it. Hey, my point is, I get over there. I get over there. This is my point. I get over there. I just got on the island of Hawaii, Honolulu. These brothers come to me and tell me about this Dread Bhagawan, how horrible he is. They telling me all this, that he got a cult, he doing this, he doing that, he doing this, he doing that. I say F dude. They go tell dude I said F dude, and I don't even know dude. They the ones talk about dude. That's my point. This is how people are. They the ones talking about him like a dog. They the ones telling me he ain't no good, da 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 da. They told me how he horrible. So I said, okay, it'd be horrible to hell with him. They go back and say, Pharaoh said to hell with you. This is the point I'm trying to make. The man come into my place with me and my queen and my brethren, and dag near get dun 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 dun. You know, I had to drop the Jay-Z on them, allow him to introduce myself. My name is Bill, and you are H to the ISO. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he comes to realize I just got there. How I got his name in my mouth from the dudes that came in there with you. The dudes that told me everything about him came in there with him. Which was crazy. Yeah, they came in there with him. They were trying to be on some gangster stuff out there. They was trying to be on. They was trying to be on some gangster stuff way out in Hawaii. Yeah, they came in there like some gangsters. They sure did. Yeah, they came in there on some gangsters. It was just one little problem. It was just one little. They just had one problem. One little problem. They only had just one little bitty problem they had is I had just came off some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the one. Do he look like the one? I was the super revolutionary ex Stu gambling on the street. This who he ran up on, this one. How y'all think that worked out when he come in there with all that pink on and ran up on dude right here? Dude was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if I did talk about you, you ain't gonna do shit. Anyway, let's start there. Second, I don't know you. And them dudes you got behind me is you was the one that told me you wasn't shit. How you gonna press me as a group? Yeah. Oh no. How? How you gonna press me as a group? How? How you gonna press me as a group? Hold on. How you gonna press me as a group when I got a group with me? I got a group. I got a group. I got a group. I got a group. I had a group with me. I had a group. I had a group with me. I'm with the group. I had something for the group. For the group. Yeah, yeah. When they came in there, I was there with the group. I was there with the group. See? I had the group with me. I told you the group was leaning up against the wall. The group was already there. The group was already there. I had the group. I was with the group. You know what I'm saying? I was with the group. And while I try to tell y'all that he ran in there, and when he seen my group, when he seen the group, uh, his whole demeanor, because the group was there when he got in there. The group was there, and I didn't have pink on. I don't own black military clothes. No, no. There go the group. Yeah, the group was there. And dude was crazy. Like, he better now. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you know what I'm saying? Look, this the young me. I didn't trip with dude. My history, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was really never the one. You know what I'm saying? I got to upload these on the, I was never the one. I was not the one. I've never been the one. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. You understand? Yeah. So he backtrack. But I wasn't on nothing with him. I wasn't on nothing with him because he wasn't no damn body like that. He wasn't nobody, so I wasn't on nothing with him. I wasn't on nothing with the brother like that, because it all made sense. It was real simple. I don't know you, so how did I say all this about you? I just got here a couple of days ago. How did I say all that about you? You should see his face. He looked it down. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no vibe against the brother because he said he heard I said all this stuff about him. So all I asked the brother is, I did. I said all of that. And where did I get it from? How did I know who you was? How did I know you got all them white ladies in there with the pink on? How I know you got a pink movement in there? How do I know your name? And what made me say, yeah, fuck you? That's why I asked him. Why did I say yeah? I said, yeah, fuck you. Fuck dude. You know what I'm saying? How do I say that? This is gangster, revolutionary gangster, whatever you call it. How I just got here. I didn't snitch or some of them dudes that came in there with you the ones said, oh, he knew who did it. The same ones that came and told you what I said, they the ones had your name in their mouth. The enemy behind you. And all three of y'all is kind of soft like toilet paper. Listen, allow me to introduce myself. I just got into the island. It's a new revolutionary in town. I just got here from LA via Chicago. Where y'all from? Cause I'm from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Where you niggas is from? I'm trying to go positive. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go positive. I'm trying to go positive. He left. He said, "You right, bud," and he left. We became real close. I used to tease him, man, you give me all your roster clothes. You don't wear them. You got that pink shit on. Ramesses, mind you, something else. Don't sell that. Man, you got on pink, man. You got all that official red, gold, and green. I respect everybody gangster, but there wasn't no gangsters. He got it on pink. There wasn't no gangsters. It was two dudes that talked about him like a dog behind him and about there. There wasn't no gangster. Dude wasn't no gangster. Dude was the man that wear pink and have orgies and shit. He wasn't no gangster. He probably had been punking them, so thought he could play the role when he came in there. But Dallas wasn't no gangster. Dallas wasn't no gangster. Gangsters, no gangster would have came in there like that. You couldn't have went to no gangster. You couldn't have went to no real gangster and say it's a dude just got here and he said you ain't this and you ain't that and that. A gangster would have said, well, who told him all of that? A gangster would have wanted to know if this dude just got here, how he know about me? That's what a gangster would have said. A real gangster, you cannot go with no gangster and tell them some stranger that don't know them is saying everything, and they been around this dude. A gangster gonna say, y'all the ones saying that shit. Y'all said a bunch of stuff. He responded. Now y'all gonna come tell me the response. They can't do that in the gangster world. They was all goofies. You cannot go to no gangsters and say somebody that just got to town is saying all these details about you without the gangster want to know where you get the details from. And the first people a gangster wouldn't trust a person that said that. Cause like, dude don't even know me. And y'all was around dude, they'll be like, so y'all was around dude? How long y'all was around dude? And dude said all this stuff that y'all know about me? Oh, okay. A gangster would have been looking at them crazy for saying, for a gangster, no, ain't no dude came over here and said nothing, don't know nothing. But y'all said that. Y'all some snakes. So they weren't no gangsters or nothing like that. And they was in my crib. They was in my apartment. So that wasn't gangster me defending my apartment. I'm defending. I had a queen. My queen is it's me, my queen, her daughter, and my brethren. I'm defending my territory. I'm not being no gangster. They tried to gangster up in my shit, but they wasn't no gangsters. That wasn't no gangster. That ain't gangster to come out talking about why you was talking about me. That's feminine. You know what I'm saying? With pink on, you got on pink outfit, fluffy outfit, pink like hippie looking pink stuff. Come on, man. Where you a gangster at? Detroit, Chicago, L.A. Man, run away. Well, you got on pink. You fluffy. That was the dudes hating on me. That was the two brothers came in with them. They was hating on me. That's what the enemy. On some gangster stuff, the two dudes that went and told him that, they would have been handled right there. So that wasn't gangster. That just let me know don't trust these two dudes right here. And like I told him, you need to watch them. Like I told him a couple of days later, I said, man, you need to watch them. Because they came and talked about you like a dog, and then when they told you I said so, I said, man, Dallas, you need to be careful around them. Them some snakes. They could have got all y'all hurt. You're like, yo, man, Ramos says, let me see that. Let me see that, General. Me and Dallas, we was close. Every time I see him, I said, when you going to take that pink off? Put it back on your red, gold, black, and gray. No, Ramesses, don't say that, man. He said, Ramesses, leave me alone. We was cool. I wonder where the hell Dallas is. He was a trip. A straight up con man. He went over there and started religion. He was running through all them white ladies. Yeah, yep. Same thing. Yep, I seen that. Was stretched, you know what I'm saying? Delivering a message from something, what somebody else said. That's the enemy right there. They went and got that man and told that man I was talking about him. And I hadn't been there. I hadn't been there no time. I had just got there. I had just got there. I didn't even have my van yet. That's when I was on Oahu. I hadn't got to the big. As soon as I got to Oahu, straight from LA, here we go with the dumb shit. And I'm like, fool, I just left South Central LA. Bro, I just been there pushing up on the Crips. You know what I'm saying? You just a punk and some pink. Boy, I just left the real jungle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, they was just weirdos. It was like unnecessary make believe stuff, G Rod. It was a situation where they didn't like Dallas. They didn't like Dallas. They come telling me how much they don't like Dallas. And I said, yeah, the hell with Dallas. They ran back and told Dallas. I said, the hell with them. But they did not like dude. They was setting Dallas, listen, they seen me and they seen my revolutionary gangster. Think about it. Who was they trying to get hurt? Dallas. They wasn't trying to set me up. They didn't set me up. They set him up. They went back and said, I bet Dallas won't play with dude. So they went and tried to set Dallas up to get hurt. They wasn't trying to set me up. They was scared. Yeah. So they sent them. Yeah. They tried to send Dallas over there to get hurt. But I was a black revolutionary. I didn't hurt black people. I would have never hurt the brother. I was a black revolutionary at that time. I'm not doing no black and black crowd like that. That's not happening. We're not having violence. We out here with all these other people, and we the only black ones out here. And we out here with all these Japanese and Filipinos and Samoans and Hawaiians. No, we gotta stick together. So they had me messed up. I wasn't gonna push. All my stuff was revolutionary for black people. My stuff was never against black people. I wouldn't have did nothing to Dallas anyway. I wouldn't have did nothing to none of them but talk to them and give them revolutionary orders. Y'all out of order, bringing that dude over here like that, our brother like that. So we got pink on this, still our brother. Y'all out of order. But they left kind of fast, so I didn't get to talk. They kind of left fast. You know, when they see the tag in the corner and see we had on all them military clothes, you know what I'm saying? So I used to dress like this all the time. So when they seen how I was carrying it, they knew that this not no play. This not the play one. This is the real one. This is really Fred Hampton. I was real on some real revolutionary. But I wouldn't have hurt them brothers like that. They couldn't hurt me, so why would I hurt them? Of course, I'm gonna take Dallas side because why y'all sending him off like that? Yeah, revolutionary mentality. I don't like the two dudes that brought him over there. Why y'all bring this brother over here like that? Gonna get this brother, try to get this brother hurt. I ain't like that. So I never trusted them too. One of them stayed over there. One of them came and lived with me on the Big Island. You know what I'm saying? They wanted me to do something that was totally disrespectful for a handful of blacks to do in an island full of all these foreign people, all these white hippies and stuff. They wanted to violate blackness. And it ain't no way I'm finna beef with no black person out here in the middle of South Pacific. So they misread me too. I'm not finna do nothing to this brother like that. We defend ourselves so nobody don't gotta get hurt. I wasn't gonna attack them brothers. As a matter of fact, like I said, me and Dallas, we became real tight. because he had a position of leadership, and I respected him as a position of leadership. And then he really loved me because I'm a black American. Dallas was a Jamaican roster. I think he's from Jamaica. And he saw, he said, me, yeah, one day Robin said, you're going to see the real general. I'm going to have the real general come out. Watch, I got all of my clothes and thing. I'm going to bring, I said, well, I bring him out, take that pink shit off. Stop, I don't say that. He said, Dallas, take that pink shit off. But I didn't push him to. I knew he was pimping. Them white and them Asian ladies in that religion. He was using that religion. You know, that religion was considered a cult. They was on 60 Minutes because they was basically turning out women. They believed in like open sex and all of that. That's why he was doing it. He didn't really believe in that stuff. But it was foul for them to go and send that brother off like that to talk about him. They go tell him somebody talking about him, and it was them. Snakes. You know what I mean? That's foul. Well, y'all was the one talking about this man. I don't even know this man. How can I dislike somebody? I ain't even met him. Y'all know him. Y'all the one don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Kind of weirdo. I wasn't on no on black violence and shit like that. I never picked up a weapon or nothing like that. I just talked to dude. It was still just sitting in the corner. I would have never did nothing to do like that, out there like that. I was out there building unity. I wasn't building no, you know what I'm saying? I was out there building unity. I went on none of that. I was also getting all the brothers together. That one second from your left, he black and Filipino. The other two, they're from Chicago. The one all the way on the left, he the one left Chicago with me. The one next to me, he lived across the street from this one. And when he went to visit home, he brought him back. That's Dre. Oh, we knew Dre when we was in high school. So us three come from Chicago. The one second from the left, he from the Bay Area. He called himself Naj, which is Johnson spelled backwards. I wasn't gonna do nothing to that. I wasn't into that. I ain't had to do nothing as soon as he came. And I broke down. How do I know his name and shit? He was like, damn. He just looked it down. I said, I don't even know you. How did I say all this about you? I just got here. I've been here, what, 2, 3 days? However long I've been there. I hadn't been there long. I said, so I said all of this. That's what I told him. He said, you know what? You're right. How you say all that? Somebody said something about you. Somebody said something about you. I don't know you. Ain't never heard of you. That's why we became tight. I don't be, when you meet me, I don't be doing violence. I don't push violence. I push protection, protect your family, protect your crew, protect your fort, protect your home. I don't do violence. I don't do black on black violence under no circumstances. I don't do black on black violence. I don't do gangster. I don't be trying to be no gangster or no brothers and shit. I don't do that shit. I was a hustler. But I don't be doing no violence and no gangster, big eyes, little you. I don't do big eyes, little you. Our brothers, we the same. I don't do that shit. Any weapons I have is be only for self defense to protect the queen and the children and stuff. Not to be going out beefing with no brothers and shit. I don't be beefing with black brothers. My thing with black brothers, we cool or we just go our separate ways. But I don't be having like black brothers be enemies. I don't do enemies. That's why you don't see me going crazy on Africans and stuff like that. I just deal with FBA like this and that, but I don't be dealing with Africans like they my enemies or brothers from the Caribbean. I don't do that part. To me, that's going too far. To me, delineation is just to show who get the reparations and who don't. I don't do the other shit. That's too much. I don't do the hate and all that. That's too much, and it don't make no sense because shit, down there everybody owe reparations anyway. The Africans is owe reparations. They just gotta wake up. All their stuff got stolen and taken to Europe. They still taking their cocoa, their gold, everything. So they just gotta wake up. But that's it for this conversation. I just want to talk about, when you're talking to somebody and they want to listen and you willing to tell them what you're going through and stuff, you need to let them respond and you need to take what they say serious. You shouldn't be one sided like that. If they willing to listen to your problem, if they willing to listen to what you go through, they deserve to be able to respond. And you should respect their response. You shouldn't shoot down their response once you put your problems on their back. It's not their problem, it's your problem. You bring your problem to somebody. How you gonna get mad at them for responding on your problem? That's your problem that you put in their head. How you gonna put a problem in my head and then get mad at me for responding to your problem that you gave this to me? You brought that to me. Now you're gonna act like I don't got a right to respond. How I don't got a right to respond when you done told me your business? The only time I can respond is when you keep your business to yourself. I can't get in your business, but if you spreading your business, how you gonna tell me to stay out your business when you telling me your business? Make that make some sense. That's what I'm saying. Nobody just wanna just listen. People wanna listen and respond. We more than just an earpiece. We people. Stop using people for an earpiece and let them respond. See what they got to say. Take some advice. As a businessman, this is what you must do. When you in business, you don't never just do nothing. Y'all listen to me. You ask everybody, what you think about this? You want the real opinion. You don't just put no shirt out. You don't just put nothing out. You don't do nothing. You ask a lot of people as a business person. You was wide open to criticism. Wide open. Or you ain't gonna be no good business person. How that look? No, it's all right. It could be better. Bad. You supposed to take that to heart. Now keep asking people, see how many people say that. And if a couple people say, then there you have it. You gotta make that better. So I don't bring nobody your problems if they can't respond, if they can't tell you what they think about it. You wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's for everything. Anything that you bring up is on the table. Don't bring up your kids to somebody and they respond to your kids and you say, don't talk about my kids. You talked about your kids. How you gonna bring up your kids to somebody and somebody say your kids bad, they don't listen, they don't do this and that. Now you mad because they told you the truth about your funky ass little kids. So now you the one ain't no good friend. You ain't no good friend. because you don't want people to express themselves. You want them to agree with you. And just keep it to yourself. That's what I say. And ladies, if you got a son, you know, it ain't gonna hurt to ask a couple men some questions, especially if you ain't with their daddy. You need to get a man's opinion. Just like if you got daughters. If you got daughters, you gotta get some women's opinion. That's a fact. You gotta get women's opinion. If you got daughters, and you trying to figure out how to deal with them, you got to get a woman's opinion. Period. A man is limited. A man was never a woman. And see, if you got a 15-year-old son, I was a 15-year-old son. So I know. My sister might not know because she was a 15-year-old daughter. But if you got a 15-year-old son, a 10-year-old son, I know. Not only do I know about the son, I know about the parenting because I had parents, good ones. And they taught us how to be parents. And so I'm going to give you some good parenting advice too that I got from my parents. They passed it down. But typically, I would say if the kid's going back and forth, it's a boy. By the time he get like 14, 15, he don't need to be going back and forth. He needs to stay with his daddy. He don't need to be seeing you a lot. You running around pouting that baby booty all, you just messing up his situation with his daddy. If you got a son and he go live with his daddy and you always showing up every day, you just ruining everything, really. You just really snatching it. He might, the baby gonna be the boy gonna be messed up. If he with his daddy, leave him with his daddy. Stop running around confusing him at his daddy house all the time, getting a boy. If my woman give me our son and I got him, I'm telling her straight up, listen, don't come over here a lot. Don't keep coming. Cause you're gonna mess him up. You know what I'm saying? He all right. Leave him for some while. I'll call you, I'll let you know when you can come get him. But you should not be coming over here messing with this boy while he with me like that. That's not good. Same way if my woman got my daughter. I'm not running behind her too much. She with a female, she with mama. So I'm gonna go see her, but I'm not gonna be going to see her every day like and stuff. I'm not doing that because that ruins the other family. That ruins the other parent. You gotta let the other parent be a parent. You can't be a sidebar parent. You confuse the kid. The kid, my daughter got to know. No, you with your mama. You got to do what the hell your mama told you to do. Don't worry about me. Go over there with your mama and listen to your damn mama. I'll see you in a couple of days. I'll see you in a week or two. I'm not coming to save you from your mama. That's your mama. So when you're a woman and you send your son with the daddy, how you keep saving and pouting his booty when he with the daddy? Messing him up. Messing him up. Making him a punk. Leave him with the daddy. He be all right. He a man. He gonna grow to be a man, not no little girl. Now I do understand that's harder for women because they carry babies in their womb. So it's hard because you had him, but that shit over with. He ain't no little boy no more. You had him, you gave birth to him, he grew up. Now he's growing to be a man. Leave him alone. You can't raise no man. Use a woman. Stay in your place. Leave him alone. And you're making a punk out of him. And this is something that if y'all separate, women, y'all gonna mess that up. I'm telling you. If you separated from your man or your baby daddy, You gonna mess that boy up because a real family, where you is with your daddy, that we are not letting you pussyfy that boy. My daddy ain't letting my mama do that. I'm just telling you. My daddy always had something to say when my mama dealing with me. As long as my mom was dealing with me strong and stuff, he wouldn't say nothing. But as soon as he thought it was soft, my daddy would say something. My daddy would not let my mama mummy me like that. I'm telling you, he put his foot down. Bessie, this a boy. This ain't no poodle or no pet. My daddy would step in and shut my mama down fast. Over me, fast. Over the way he say to go and the way she say to go, and she want to go the soft way and he want to go the hard way, he shut that down. I'm telling you, the new generation, y'all missing that. My daddy would shut that shit down. My mom be like, well, listen to Randolph. Yeah, she better say listen to Randolph. Oh my soul. My mom would always bow out when he put the gorilla's foot down over me, she bowed down. Because if you raised me too soft, my daddy would get mad. He ain't no, that's not happening. His son is not finna be no little pussy. In a dough. I'm telling you, some of these women they don't know. Some of you new dudes, y'all fucked up. Boy, daddy is not mama have to mama have to back out when they come to the son. Some of y'all actually letting the women overrule you when they come to the damn son. Straight up. If you let a woman overrule you when they come to your son gonna be soft. And if things ever get hard, he gonna get ate alive. Because a man cannot be soft. Anybody tell you a man can be soft is a fool. Because a man at any time might have to go to war to defend her. And she gonna regret a soft ass man when it pop off. We raise warriors. And you gotta understand women don't understand war. They don't believe war gonna pop off. They think it's always gonna be peacetime. They don't understand. It's like the black woman don't understand being up under this white system. She ain't in the penitentiary like us. She ain't got to deal with the police like us. She don't got to deal with the same thing a black man got to deal with. She live in a whole different world. That's a fact. The black man live in a world all by himself. And only another black man know what he going through. Yeah, shit finna get ugly. Look how they unalive the young brother. What them fools let that boy go out there like that with them? Whoever let him go with them, whatever parent let that happen, is a fool. Why would you send your son out there with them? You ain't learned nothing yet. You sent your son out there in the water out there on a boat with them. Is you crazy? My son never would go. My son wouldn't have been able to go. No, you ain't going. Sit your ass down and wait till school start back and take your ass back to school. You ain't going out there with them. It ain't no way I would let my son go out there with them. Ain't no way. As soon as they seen he came, they knew he was a sucker. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. My job is not to let my son have nothing. My job is to raise my son. I'm not letting my son go in no group like that at that young. He want to make them decisions. Let him graduate and be a grown man. When you say son, you say child, then you answered it when you said child. A child is a child, and a child got to stand a child's place. I wouldn't let my child go out on a boat with nobody like that without no parent supervision, because they all could have drowned out there. Listen, I lived in Hawaii, and one thing they'll tell you in Hawaii, don't play with the water. The water don't play. No, I would not let my young person, because young people do not have their shit together till they're 28 years old. 7, 14, 21, 28. You are not full grown until you are 28 years old. No, I would have not let that baby go out on no boat with no more babies. And especially now with this racial climate, no, I wouldn't let him go out there. Because other whites could have grabbed him and did it and told them whites they better not say nothing. No, I wouldn't let my son go out on no boat like that, young like that out there with no more boys like that out there in that dangerous water. I lived in Hawaii. The water is, the Hawaiians gonna tell you, the water's not nothing you play with. You don't play with the water. You know what I'm saying? You don't play with the water. Yeah, I wouldn't let my son go out there. And my son would still be alive too. I wouldn't let my son go out there. I wouldn't want my son to go out there because I wouldn't want my son to emulate a culture he's not. I want my son to be black. I wouldn't want my son to get it confused. I want my son to know the difference. I wouldn't want my son. Ain't no telling what happened. I can tell you this. All it takes is one hater that's the bully. All it takes is the one that's the bully. And he gonna do what he wanna do and the other three gonna be quiet. See, one thing is this. Going to a Lutheran school in 7th and 8th grade, right? And going to a Lutheran school in high school and being around, Europeans early like that, you learn a lot. And there's no way I would send my children into that situation because you can't say no group of people is racist because that'd be wrong. But in certain groups, there's a lot of races within that group. It's a culture within certain groups. It's just the way it is. And there's a lot of jealousy with those males. There's like a natural jealousy. Seriously. An inferiority complex. And this is why there's so much energy trying to make you be the one inferior. Only a person with inferior complex would insist that you inferior. So that's too much for young kids. I think when you send young kids and young black kids into racial situations, you're not a good parent. You know what I'm saying? They need to be in a situation where it's a lot of their own kind so it can balance out. They don't never need to be isolated like that. Ain't no way that boy's supposed to have been out there. And how can somebody tell me I'm wrong? He's unalive. He's not here. So that's open and closed. Obviously, he wasn't supposed to be there based on the results. We already got the results. He ain't got to have no street smarts. You don't need street smarts. You need racial smarts. His parents know what's going on racially. I ain't seen what happened in Argentina. What happened in Argentina? I don't know. What happened? Oh, it was a man. I don't know. I do know that when the Nazis had to run and hide, some of them pretend they was Hebrews, was Jews, and a lot of them went to Argentina. I know that. I know that a lot of Nazis ran to Argentina to escape America capturing them and locking them up. I know that. But I don't know what did it and now. It'd be so much trolling and false information. I can't jump out. I gotta wait. The internet's full of false information. A whole bunch of false information. So I wouldn't even speak on that till I did like thorough investigation. Because misinformation is just big right now. Where it's like I can't verify that story. Sounds like bullshit though to me. I have to look into it. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? What you say, BP? Our parents taught us to be better than them. These parents teaching to fit in with them. You know, my parents came from the South. They was raised in the South. They was born in the 30s. So when my parents came up and was raised, I was born in 1958. They didn't say nothing about none of them. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say anything about race. And they raised us in an all black neighborhood where we didn't have to think about it. So race was a non factor because all the homes and everything, Chicago, as far as you could drive, is black. And so black Chicagoans were smart. They put us in a black environment. So we didn't have to really think about race. I didn't have to think about race till I got to the seventh grade and went to a Lutheran school. But I didn't even have to think about that much because so many other blacks went there. But I didn't have to be a little boy and worry about race because all my schools was all black. Every neighborhood was all black. All the streets was all black. All the parties was all black. We rode our bikes as all black. We played hide and go seek. Everything was black. So I didn't have to. I didn't have a racial childhood. My childhood was all black. So I didn't have a racial childhood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a racial childhood. By the time I got around where there was racial, I could already fight by then, so that wasn't no problem either. Cause we just make some furniture move around. So even when I did go to Lutheran school and all that, I ain't had to worry about that. So I grew up. It was just all black. This is how I grew up. And it was three pictures of us. It's three sets of pictures like this. That's my kindergarten classes, and that's just the morning classes. Three sets of pictures. They had to split us up and shoot three pictures in one of the classrooms because we had class in the gym. Our class in the gym, so they split us up into three sections. This is just the morning class, so it's 100 something kids in the morning kindergarten class and 100 something kids in the evening kindergarten class. So I didn't really have to deal with. I didn't, they protected us. We didn't really know nothing about no race like that. And even when I went to high school, you know, I did go in them neighborhoods. I could have got hurt going in them neighborhoods with some of my white friends, though, for sure. I could have. One time, one of my white friends I was with, and he took us to an apartment, and we knocked on the door, and like a white dude came to the door. There was like two more behind him, and they said, "We don't let N words in here." But what if they would have let me in? See, same thing could have happened to me, happened to dude. I always be thinking back to me. I'm glad they let me in. Because they could have let me in and did something. And my white friend, he wouldn't go back and say nothing. He going to be too scared they do something to his family. So, yeah, I feel like I came that close to something like that. Because racism is like seriously real. Any black person that put themselves in a potential dangerous racial situation is an idiot. They think boo boo don't stink. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. But sometimes your kids is hard headed, they'll go on their own. They'll get older. They'll get 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and just go around who they want to go around. And they be like that lady down in Florida that we was talking about that they found from a tree. Nah, I ain't even see it. I wouldn't be surprised though. I mean, what you expect? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about black people that don't know already. I mean, if you don't know, I don't know what to tell you because you're supposed to already know. See, what they try to do is they say don't judge everybody, and they're right. But when you don't judge everybody, right, you still supposed to realize that amongst a certain group, that energy is there. So this is not about judging everybody. This is about realizing that certain environments, there's going to be hate there. Guaranteed. It's a part of a culture and it's going to be there. So you can't mix up everybody not like that, which is true. Everybody's not like that. But there's going to be that element there. And that's just a fact. And I went to a Lutheran school in seventh, eighth grade, and yes, some of the kids was cool. Most of the kids was cool, but there was 4 or 5 boys that was on that. I fought one of them. Well, it really wasn't a fight because he couldn't fight. But yeah, I went to Lutheran school. Yeah, it was racism was there, and the good kids is scared of those ones. Those ones is usually like the bully kind. So the other decent kids is scared. So the bullies, they bully the white kids too. So if you're black, because it's basically bullies. And if they white and they bully the white kids, and then you come and they bully you, the white kids gonna be afraid of them. So they're gonna be able to get away with it because this is the bully. Like I went to camp in eighth grade and it was all white. I was the only black there. And the first night, it was a bully. He was bullying the other white kid. And once I checked the bully, then all the kids followed me and the bully sat his ass down. But if I didn't check that bully and get that white bully off of that scared, fragile white kid, that bully, by the next day, he would have turned to me. I didn't know that at the time. I was just being myself and told him, shut up. Because I was from the block, I was from the hood. But I think about that now. I say, if I didn't punk him out and let him get away with bullying that white dude, he would have turned to me. You know what I'm saying? But because I checked him with him, all the kids started following me, so there was no bullying the whole time I was at this camp. Yeah, I don't want to watch it. I believe you. Once you tell me, I believe you. I was born in 1958, so ain't nothing going to shock me. I believe you. I don't be watching all that stuff, getting myself upset. I don't be one to get upset for nothing. A lot of times, black man, you just getting yourself, you ain't gonna do nothing. So, what you get up, what you wanna do? I hear about it and I know about it. And like the Carmelo Anthony, I'm not really following that like that religiously like that because I don't need to be upset like that. I don't need to be playing my emotions like that. The way I deal with racism is run up. That's how y'all need to be dealing with it. I deal with racism up close and personal. So if you don't run up, yeah, you can talk till the sun up. I ain't dealing with it till you run up. All this, all the typing, all the, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was born in 1958. The way we dealt with it was straight up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do all this up. You know what I mean? I ain't doing all that. You know what I'm saying? But I would tell black people in this time, racial tensions is definitely going up. You stupid if you ain't really moving a certain kind of way. I keep telling my children because they young and they be all over the place. And I be telling them to be careful when they be in a certain cultural environments. You can only tell them they gonna listen or they not. You roll the dice. Sometimes you can't teach people. They gotta find out the hard way. I mean, it's time for black people to build their own stuff and stop running behind people. Ain't nobody gonna like you anyway. You keep running behind them. Build your own schools, build your own churches, build your own stuff, do your own thing. Stop trying to be multicultural. I try to run up behind somebody. I don't blame them in a way. When I look up at blacks always chasing us and won't build their own stuff. Like build your own stuff. Why you always running in other people's stuff and don't give them no space? Build your own, set up your own schools, set up your own neighborhoods, get your own stuff. How you bragging? You think you doing something? A lot of times black dudes, and I ain't trying to disrespect the brother, but a lot of times black dudes that do that, they think they're better than the rest of us. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to disrespect the young man that went out there on the boat, but a lot of times dudes like him, he look down on the rest of us. He think he better. Look at me, I'm with them, kind of shit. I'm gonna keep it real. He thought he was really doing something. He thought he was better than us. I hate to say that. And his parents thought that. Same way with Carmela. They thought they was doing something living out there. Oh, you can't tell them nothing. Look, we live out here in this house. Look, our kids go to this school with them. We doing better. Not where Carmelo at. Yeah, y'all doing better, all right. And then other people, they looking at you like, why you don't go build your own? Who gonna respect you when you don't build your own? Anyway, they gonna feel like you crowding them out. Every time we get something, you black ass come here. I kind of relate to that. Like nobody wants you coming to their stuff all the time. Like build your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Build your own stuff. You always run into somebody else's stuff. Build your own. You don't take care of your own stuff. Who wants you to come to their stuff? When your reputation, you don't take care of your own stuff. You don't build your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, oh, it's so much better. I've been around, and I've been people that think it's better when they go to stuff like that. I mean, where's your black suburb? Shit, you can't have a suburb. You can't build your own shit. I'm just understanding what's wrong with us. We can't. We don't have a suburb. We can't get our own housing. What we like? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? So we still got to go always live where somebody you can't. So what, black man? You inferior? You can't develop neighborhoods. Only certain races can develop neighborhoods. You can't. No, you can't. Because every penny you got, you want to buy designer clothes. You want to buy fancy cars. You don't want to put your money together and build nothing. With the black race, all you want to do is look better than another black person. You don't want to get together and do nothing. You want to show me you got a better house than me. You want to show me you got a better car than me. You want to show me you got designer clothes. You want to show me you go on great vacations. You don't want to get together and build our own. You don't want to do that. As a matter of fact, everything you show off ain't even ours. You showing me what another race of people, the glasses you bought from them, the clothes you bought from them, the sneakers you bought from them. Your wife's purse is great because you got it from them. You don't make a great purse. You don't make no great sneakers. You don't make a great car. Who gonna respect you when everything you got is great and you ain't made none of it? And it look like some black people you like their stuff but you don't like them. Like you like a lot of white American stuff that they make but you don't like them. I see a lot of blacks that don't like whites but you love the car. You love the clothes. You're phony. You're fragile. How you love their stuff but don't love them? I would be frustrated too if I was white to see black people love my stuff but hate me. But you want everything that I make. You won't go make your own shit. You talk about how great you is. Every time I see you got somebody else shit on. Your woman hair straight as it could get. Your woman hair straight as it could get. It ain't a black woman nowhere that look black. All the black women look like make believe white ladies. All the black women in America look like make believe white ladies. Every last one of them. Not every last one of them. Probably 83%. 17% probably trying to look natural. I'd say 83%. There's some sisters got some natural hair. But look at Serena. Look at Serena, what she did to herself. Beautiful black, thick, beautiful, fine black woman. Messed her whole self up. We could come up with it, but we don't save no money. We ain't gonna save no money. G-Rock. You gotta save money to do that. You gotta have money to get money. You gotta have money to get money. Now they don't want straight air. They don't know what they want. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. They don't want that. Brainwashing is not what you want. Brainwashing is what you brainwash. What you brainwash to do is not necessarily what you want. So being brainwashed is not what you want. So when you're doing what society doing, that ain't necessarily what you want. Like the black man. The black man don't want no haircut. He brainwashed to cut his hair constantly. He brainwashed it to look natural. No, it's not good. Go to the barber shop. Go to the barber shop. Get up and shave. Because the European, he wanted to cut his hair and shave because he didn't want to look like he looked when he was back in the Neanderthal type stuff, which ain't nothing wrong with it as long as he clean. But the white man, he wanted to look. He didn't want to look like the natural man how he usually looked. So he began to do stuff to make himself look more what you call modernized. This is what started with the Greeks and the Romans. The Greeks and the Romans, they began to become civilized, they call it. And then when some of the Hebrew Israelite tribes seen that, they went and did it. Three tribes didn't. Well, two and a half tribes didn't. And the rest of the tribes did. They went and they wanted to start looking like the Philistines and all of that. You see, Samson, first they did was cut his hair off. So we got low self esteem, low culture, and then we created a whole new culture. And the babies, they don't know, like young brothers, they don't know. They think that's the culture. So they doing what's his style, you know? And once it become a style, nobody knows what they doing. Right now, foundational black Americans and black people general, they pushing colorism. They anti-black. Dark skin ain't in. The light skinned people's considered the most best looking people. The ones with the lighter skin and the straighter hair is considered the best looking men and women. They consider the best looking men as these light dudes. Seriously. If you dark, you not considered good looking like that, which is crazy. If you dark, you was not good looking in this society. Let that sink in. If the women had to pick between a dark dude and a light skinned dude with some kind of wavy natural hair, she gonna go with the light skinned dude. She ain't gonna go with the one that look like no African. Hell no. He too black. Real talk. So the men got all kind of stuff on their head, wave gel and shit, like girls. All the men is like girls. All they do is, but the men, they be in the mirror a long time. They be spraying stuff and trimming and stuff. The men got a whole cosmetic routine they do now. It's crazy. Yeah, the men got a whole thing they do to look good for the ladies, like a whole all day. They got a whole like routine for you get up. even shave the hair from under their arms like the ladies used to do. And they shave it up, right? How it's gonna be fixed? It ain't gonna be fixed. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be fixed. It's all gonna collapse. You ain't gonna be able to do it. Where you live at? Because it ain't enough whites and foreigners to give it. Where you live at? Because I live in Chicago. It just look like they mixing like that because it's a lot of people, but it ain't. It ain't like it look. They're not mixing like that. It's impossible. It's impossible for the black woman to find a white man or for a white man to find a black woman or black man. That's impossible. Only a few of y'all gonna be able to do it. It's impossible. It's a fake fear. It's impossible. Well, Sacramento is not America. That's Sacramento. So that's not America. That's Sacramento. Because it's like that in Minnesota. But Minnesota not America. It's Minnesota. Like Minnesota, like when I went to Minnesota, I took my queen at the time up there to visit her father. He was sick. And the white women was tripping. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It tripped me out. Like they were just ready to get in the car. Like I was parked at a grocery store and they was walking by, they was ready to get in the car. They was ready to walk up and approach me and get in the car. They was ready to go. They was tripped out. That was when I was in Minnesota. My queen went in the store and all them white ladies that was walking around, they was ready to get in the car. In fact, all I had to do was say, hey, they would have came right over to the car. Quick. It was tripped out the way they was choosing. I was like, wow. It don't bother me though. I don't care nothing about no mixed race, and it ain't no problem. They was tripping in Minnesota though. I think we was in Minneapolis, I think. Or one of the other cities. Maybe we was in the other city. But I don't know. With all them white women, it was some thick white women too. They was choosing like a mug. I told my queen, I was like, then they want to hop in the car. Like you could tell when a woman is choosing, even when she just walked past. They was like in Chicago, you got to talk to a woman up there. They was walking past and they was throwing signals. It was a whole bunch of mixed couples up there. It's a whole bunch of black dudes with white women, white dudes with black women up there. A whole bunch. Mainly black dudes with white women. A whole bunch. You hope I don't mess with them white women? What you mean? I don't understand what you mean by that. What you mean you hope I don't mess with them? Uh, let's take a break. I mean, he say they always cross brothers. Uh, not really. They always cross. That not really. That's not true. Uh, that's not true. That's false. As far as me dealing with a white woman, I'm not in an environment where that would happen in Chicago. That's not an environment where that would be likely because pretty much dating is about based on who you bump into in Chicago. It's gonna be a whole bunch of black women. It's not gonna be the ability to just bump into white women like that in Chicago. Typically, I would have to go out my way, and pretty much when you talk to women, it's organically. So you're not really going out looking for no particular woman. So if I go out, I'm not going to just go out looking for a black woman. That's what's going to be out there. So, my children's mothers is black, but it's not like I planned that. It's just how it is based on where I live at. But I personally don't believe there's nothing wrong with racial mixing. Myself personally, you like who you like. Me personally, I don't get it. All that stuff is like weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't race mixing don't bother me because it just will never be serious. It'll never be serious. You'll never ever get every black man to have a white woman and every black man to have a white man. You couldn't do that if you wanted to. So it's a unrealistic fear. Okay, you're not going to get all these black dudes in Chicago. It's not going to find no white woman. Okay, and all these white men is not going to find no black woman. It's not going to happen. So a ridiculous fear anyway. It's a fake fear. It's not going to happen. Like race mixing is always going to be a little bit. It's never going to be a lot. Because they don't even live a lot amongst each other like that. Well, it's a lot to that story with George. But yeah, some of the racial stuff is ridiculous. It's not realistic. I don't have to say, oh, don't be with no white woman. I live in Chicago. I got 6 kids, and so I don't know. I think those type of mentalities depend on where people live at. It's not a mentality make no sense in Chicago, but it might make sense in some of these other cities where blacks live, where it ain't no whole lot of blacks. Like you might live in certain areas in Alabama or certain areas in Mississippi or certain areas in Texas. You might live in certain areas, like you might live in certain areas in Arizona. I'm in Chicago, so of course it don't make no sense here. But in other cities, I could see it because those y'all cities ain't black like that. Y'all cities is white with some black people there. A lot of these cities is white, and it's just y'all just there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all city ain't black like here. This is black. Chicago is black, and is white. And what black people is black. Ain't no white woman to talk to. And the white women want white men and the black women want black men in Chicago. They don't pretty much want the other one or be in that environment. They don't listen to the same type of music. They don't be in the same environment. Not like that. You can't go nowhere in Chicago and it's half black, half white in a big club. Where is that place at? That place don't exist. They don't even listen to the same music. They don't go to the same concerts. Black people gonna go see the Isley Brothers or somebody like that. Ain't gonna be no white people there. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have some, cultural. Uh, you gotta have some adapt culturally. You know, if you want to deal with a white woman, you gotta adapt or be from like some nerdy, place, different places. So I could definitely see myself being with a white woman, depending on where I live at. I could see that, unless it was like something I was just hell bent on not doing. I don't know. I think a lot of black people would make me feel uncomfortable though, if I had a white woman. I'd definitely be uncomfortable when I get around a lot of black people. They'll be looking at me crazy, especially a lot of the sisters. So it probably would be an uncomfortable situation. I would imagine it would be uncomfortable. I would imagine. I would imagine it'd be uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm naturally attracted to black women. I'm not really naturally attracted to other women, although I've been with all kind of women. But naturally attractive, I'm just naturally attracted to black women. I'm not naturally attracted to Asian women, Hispanic women, white women. I don't have that natural attraction. I don't have that natural. I don't have that natural attraction like that. Culturally, it won't work for me culturally. It's just weird. It's just different. Culturally, I don't know. It's just not there. I done been with all kind of women, and culturally, it's just not there. It's just a little strange. There's no cultural attachment. It's just not. It's always strange. You know what I'm saying? There's no cultural attraction. But I wouldn't just not deal with a woman because of her race, but culturally, it just, it's just going to be more better culturally for me for him to be a black woman. It's not going to be, an Asian woman, a Hispanic woman, or a black or a white woman. It ain't going to be culturally fitting for me, not racially. I don't have no problem, but it culturally, it just would not be as fun. I don't think for me it would be culturally pleasant for a black woman that's not foundational black American either. I think with an African woman or a woman from the Caribbean or somewhere, I think culturally, I don't think it would, everything, everything, the way we eat, the way we talk, what we all like. If you were a black American woman and we in the living room and she turn on TV, she gonna go to one program. She gonna go to certain programs to watch them. The white woman is not gonna go to the programs on TV that the black woman gonna go to. The white woman is not gonna know the certain information that the black woman gonna know. You know what I'm saying? They just not. They got different interests. They eat different. They cook different. And then you got to socialize with their family. So you got to intermingle with a whole nother cultural family, right? So say you're a foundational Black American and you marry an African woman. If you marry another foundational Black American woman, everybody you go around is going to be the same. But if you marry an African woman, when you go around her family, it's going to be different. It's not going to be nothing you're familiar with. It's going to be unfamiliar, which is fine. I'm not saying there's nothing that's not fine, but you said you're willing to necessarily adapt, so it's not something you're willing. It's something that it wouldn't be necessary for me to adapt with all these Black American women. It's not going to be. It's like this. I have to pass up how many foundational Black American women, right? If I go out dating, I go out Chicago, and you're just a natural man, and you're gonna just meet women naturally. I'm gonna naturally meet foundational Black American women. I'm not gonna naturally meet a white woman or an Asian woman or African woman. That in itself, meeting them is not gonna be a natural situation, especially here in Chicago. It's not going to be natural. It's going to have to, I would have to go out my way to do that, which that's weird. I would have to go out my way. I mean, it's just something that I'm not in the environment for even that organically happen, is what I'm really saying to you. Like, I'm not in the environment where that will organically happen. It wouldn't organically happen. If I'm out and I talk to a woman and she foundational Black America, we're gonna click up quicker. If I meet a nice woman in Africa, it is gonna be a weird dating experience, and everything is gonna be slower. Sure, it's gonna be a slower pace. It's gonna be an unfamiliar pace. It's gonna be cultural differences. It's not gonna be as smooth as I meet Roberta. People from Mississippi. She been in Chicago all her life. Bomb, bomb, quick, fast. We we the same already. And that's the one I'm gonna meet easy. I gotta go find an African. I gotta go to like an African event or somewhere. I don't gotta find no Black American woman. All I gotta do is go on the south side of Chicago, on the west side, go to any event. Any black event is us. We the dominant black people, right? So when you the dominant black people, what's the easiest way to date? And it's gonna way more of them. It's gonna be way more. Like I could get married quick if I wanted to. All I got to do is go to some of these lounges where black folks go. There's going to be single women in there, and they're going to be licking their chops soon as I walk in there. And there's some really nice women. They off work, they nurses, they this or that. There's not going to be no African women at that spot. It ain't going to be no Jamaican women at that spot. It ain't going to be no white women at that spot. It ain't going to be nobody there but us. Exactly. You ain't have to force it. It's right there. You know, the other stuff I would have to. It could happen, but it's going to be a strange. It's going to have to be like an unusual situation. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be an unusual situation. It's not going to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got married to Foundational Black America, because you would have had to really go through some different things to meet another African woman. You wouldn't have been able to meet them easy like that. Not in a predominantly black American country. When it comes to blacks, it would have been just harder. It's not like you. It's not like you wouldn't. It's just like it's more natural. It happened organically. You didn't even have to. You know, you met her naturally, and that was it. So that's just more natural. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? I would have to really go and find the African one, basically, or a white woman. I'd have to go find her. I would have to go to certain things. Maybe the Indianapolis 500 when it comes, somewhere like that. You know, taste of, maybe taste of Chicago or something. I'd have to go to some multicultural event where everybody's there. But even your rap and your game is gonna take. It's gonna be harder. It's not gonna happen organic. It ain't gonna be organic. That's for sure. I mean, any woman, I could marry any woman or deal with any woman. What it would just depend on. It's all based on the environment. So if I'm in Hawaii, yeah, I could be with anybody in the world because everybody in the world's in Hawaii. But if I'm in Chicago, it's just Chicago's just black and white, and I'm mostly gonna be around the black events. I'm not gonna really be around or going to the events where there's gonna be a lot of whites. We don't go to the same type of stuff. Some do, but mostly we don't. Blacks, they gonna go where they playing oldies but goodies, stepping music and shit like that. Whites, they don't dance either. They just be at bars. They don't have a dance culture. That's another difference. Like in Chicago, where the whites be, they just be in there talking. It just be a lot of tables. They just be drinking and music be playing. They don't have a dance culture. They don't. You know? They don't have a dance culture. Tell me I'm lying. White Americans got a dance culture? No. As a matter of fact, young black Americans are losing their dance culture. They ain't dancing either. They just jumping up and down, I think. I don't think they dancing either too much no more. I think dance culture is really disappearing. That's at a like if you got like a concert, but that's a concert event. That ain't at no regular club or no regular. That's like a concert, and the concert be fooling people because they have all them white people out there chanting Chief Keef, but they got a lot of groups out there, and they was there to see some other groups too. So when they show them, right, all call out. When they show them white people at Chief Keef, that be like not real because they was there. There's a whole bunch of groups. It was a festival, so it was a whole bunch of groups. So they when he came on stage, yeah, they was out there, but that ain't who they went to see. Yeah, that ain't who they went to see. No, they don't dance no more. Info love like that. But when you see them white folks at Chief Keef on stage, that's one of these Pitchfork or one of them festivals. There's a whole bunch of groups out there. That's Lollapalooza or Coachella, and they just showing you them when the black artists come on stage. But they there for everybody. They don't be there for Chief Keef, that's for sure. They be there for everybody that's finna perform. I mean, they be there for everybody. Those be those big festivals. They stop dancing. Yeah, they stopped dancing. It'll be back. They was juking. They just stopped juking not too long ago. But they was juking. They still juke a little bit, and they still do footwork. They still doing footwork on the West Side song, so they still do it, but it's not big like that. But they still do it. It just ain't as big as it used to be. But they still doing the footwork though on the West Side. It just ain't big as it used to be. But they still doing the footwork. It just ain't big as it used to be. They'll make up something else. They still be footworking though. It just ain't as big as it used to be. That's all. Yeah, I seen them dancing on the trains and stuff, but it ain't big like that. It's some train dancing. They do that here too. Yeah, they juking in Memphis. Yep. I haven't been to none of the kids' parties, but Next time I go to one of the big events with one of the guys having one of them big events and I'm backstage, I'll try to remember see what they out there doing. Cause they got some dance they be doing, but a lot of times it be so packed that they ain't dancing. They just doing this. It be packed because they mostly going like concerts. It be jam packed. It ain't really no room to dance. But I'm gonna see when I go out see what they doing. I don't know what they doing now. It'll come back. It'll some kind of dance will come back. You can believe that. Some kind of dance will come back. You can believe that. Yeah, Memphis is joking. Chicago, they're doing a little footwork, but I don't know what the party scene is like for the kids. I know for the older generation, Chicago, they stepping or they dancing house music. House and stepping. That's what the older ones is doing in Chicago. I don't be going to that stuff. I don't like the crowd. It be too many old washed up people still out there trying to hang out like they kids. And then the women they be ran through. I don't want no woman from no steppers club. She's been with two or three people up in there. I don't want to be them weirdos. Old ass dude trying to dress up like he a gangster out there spinning around. Bro, you been spinning around for years. When you gonna sit your stupid ass down somewhere? That's what the women 50 up through 60. That's what they want me. They want me to take them to the steppers club. I don't, mm, that ain't my thing. I don't like that. I don't like that crowd. I don't like that pimp player look. I don't like that. I don't like the fact they keep dancing with each other's woman. You know what I'm saying? If I come to a party with a woman, you don't be asking her to dance. Dancers no. They be dancing with each other's woman and all that weirdo shit. And that's the same way they be passing women around. They ain't got no class. The steppers ain't got no class. They try to dress like they got some, but they ain't got none. They tacky as hell. Some old alcoholics out there spinning around. Looking crazy. A lot of people use the clubs to hide alcoholism. They be alcoholics, and that gives them an excuse to drink. First thing they do when they get in there is get a drink. By the time they leave, they have three, four drinks. Then they go home and drink some more. They be drunks. They do that every week and try to pretend they're going to party, but they're really going alcohol. The club is designed to sell alcohol and make you think you party. It's a good hustle though. The club and the bar and the party scene is really just about alcohol. Anyway, that's that. When you raise your children, man, you know it's gonna take a group effort. And you got to be stern. You got to be serious with them, and they got to grow up. You can't baby them. If you baby them, they're not gonna make it. You do want to protect them, but you don't want to baby them. And you want discipline, and you want them to respect their parents. And that's what it is. Victory.